हाथ बांध छोटे हाथ बांध सुनो एहतराम से गाने मेरे नाम के मुरीद तेरे पसंदीदा रैपर मेरे काम के मुरीद हाथ बांध वरना बोलेगी फिर 9 मिलीमीटर हाथ बांध छोटे हाथ बांध आए तेरे शहर तो लगा दे वहाँ 4 चांद बात मान मेरी बात मान हला होड़ी नहीं होए देंगे तेरी गान फाड़ जिन्हें चर्च पिला दी वो सारे हाई के मुरीद जिन्हें वर्ष दिया वो सारे लिखाई के मुरीद लेकिन भाई वाले तेरे थोड़े आउट ऑफ द लीग आउट ऑफ द वे जाते हैं कभी आओ तो कराची फ्लो सो सिक में जो TY2 टोन बोल हाइप खाएगा ना मुंह तो खोल इधर सोल्ड आउट शो बेटा 10,000 लोग अभी आई एम द शिट अभी गर्मी नहीं ब्रो गलत तेरी मालूमात करे तेरा बंदोबस्त बेंच जाती फटोफट pull up and we fuck it up pull up and we fuck it up कराची मेरा मैं आ रहा सिटी shutting down लाहौर back in कराची बलोच बनाए जोड़े smoking up in Johor 3 AM 4 AM कलम तोड़ any fucking day मेरे भाई वाले बैठे कनाडा hustle and digits and edit up शहर मेरा जंगल है gang पूरा animals we can bake मेरे boys करें edibles bitch made motherfuckers acting like many men असल में ये minions देखिए resilience बाउंस बैक करें हम स्लैश करें मान के नहीं लाए अपनी हाइप कैश करें तुम्हें रॉन्ग वे छोटे हम तो राइट पैर तेरे पे अप मदरफकर हम पाइप बने तेरे नट टाइट करें जैसे उस्ताद मुझे सीख के सिखाएंगे ये गुस्ताख नो कीज मैंने वेव किए पुश स्टार्ट बात सुन हाथ बांध छोटे हाथ बांध सुनो एहतराम से गाने मेरे नाम के मुरीद तेरे पसंदीदा रैपर मेरे काम के मुरीद हाथ बांध पड़े फायर तो सुनाई देगी चीख हाथ बांध छोटे हाथ बांध आए तेरे शहर तो लगा दे वहाँ 4 चांद बात मान मेरी बात मान हड़ाउड़ी नहीं होए देंगे तेरी गांड फाड़ खारदार निपट लेते तुझे बारों बार गुनाहगार सदा करो बार खून खार तो तुम बनो मत उछलते औरों के लनों पर बड़े क्या घरों में तुम्हारे बोलो ना भड़वो अब रुको मत सजे और खपे हिप हॉप पे खपे इनको बोरी में भर के हम डब्बों में रखते हैं चीनी मुर्गी के अंडे हैं जो करे गांडू फेस पेट मलते हैं दौलत है शौहरत है इज्जत है चूती है लेसर नोन सिर्फ मुझसे जलते हैं पब्लिक को खबर है चूतिया बनती नहीं इनकी चूतिया पंती चलती नहीं इनके करियर भी खाए तफसील से मैंने मुझे भी जल्दी नहीं हाथ बांध छोटे हाथ बांध सुनो एहतराम से गाने जाके लाख बार आए तेरे बाप लोग लेने के लिए गांड फाड़ लफ्ज मेरे साथ सो रोज देखी मारधाड़ मौका है वारदात पे लड़के चालबाज ये कितने लाचार ये कितने मादर छोड़िए तो बैठेंगे ने अपने फादर फैलेंगे बिना देखे अपनी चादर लगे दुनिया की रेस कोई बहुत माल है मेरी कला बोले अभी ये बहुत साल है जब से बड़ा हुआ होगे मेरे बहुत बाल है जब भी तला बोले सच्चे की बुन लाल है मुझे जिंदगी कहानी लगे लोगों की आसानी बने
वेलकम गाइस व्हाट इज अप बेबी डॉल्स Welcome to a brand new live stream where we're gonna do watch party of 100 Thieves versus W Gaming baby. Yay! शुरू हो रहा है पता है बाबा पता है आ जाओ Let's go baby dolls. Yeah man. हाँ जी शेजी भाई योगेश भाई परम भाई दिप्यन भाई दीपायन भाई कैसी हो गौरव भाई आर्यन धनराज अक्षित भाई क्या सीन अनिरुद्ध भाई नोटी हो रहा है मैं कहाँ नोटी हूँ फड़ो बोल रहे थे 130 जेंजी कह रहा है यार पता नहीं क्या हुआ यार मैं गंदा मारा भी जेंजी ने जेंजी इज लुकिंग सो गुड मैन आई गेस मैं तो प्रेडिक्शन देना ही नहीं चाहता भाई मेरा तो पता नहीं क्या ही है भाई प्रेडिक्शन मैं तो इसमें भी प्रेडिक्ट नहीं करूंगा 130 और PRX में नो आइडिया व्हाट्स गोना हैपन ब्रो आई वोंट से शिट नहीं बोल सकते हो वैसे बोलने में आज मजा आएगा बहुत टफ मैच होगा या ब्रो भाई कल मेरा जो माइंड फक हुआ भाई कल गाइस मेरा 8000 का ठस्सा पड़ गया बिना कुछ करे रात को बिना कुछ करे रात को 8000 का ठस्सा पड़ गया मेरा यार टायर फट गया यार
And I mean, you're really looking here on this defender side. You get a lot of value out of these controllers, out of the Harbor, out of the Viper. Getting a lot of space right now. Yeah, they've got
complete control of the mid. Let's go, baby.
Setting up for a B execute and Mind Freak just backpedaling out of there.
देखा क्या?
Every plant coming through, but they suspect how heavy this flank is going to be.
Heavy retake, heavy retake, heavy retake.
There from Bang.
Camera won't see it either.
Will not. Push up here through cannons over towards window. Bang at the drop, hearing the footsteps. He knows that it's going to be.
Aryan, thanks for the 100, bro. Oh my God!
The flank completely and utterly shut down.
How's that even possible, Bang?
He's going to be taken down in Divide. Suffering a
oh
similar
my
fate.
God, Bang!
Fairly clean. They pick up the pistol round.
An inauspicious start here for Paper Rex on their pistol round, but kind of gave the farm away there with the sound cues. That's all there is to this. And I mean, credit to Bang, he had some amazing shots. It's a good position for him to be holding.
I was going
one that, as Paper Rex, you either have to anticipate or come down with a slower approach. And then from there, it's just 100 Thieves all the way. So good read here early. 400 Thieves. Let's see what PaperX wants to do. They are going to grab a
कैसा है
something.
अतुल भाई?
Maybe?
PRX
No.
out?
Switches
अगर
over
ये
to the
हारी तो
Sheriff
out.
instead. Thought better of it.
Late
I
ban
wouldn't be
time पे
surprised if
होगा
he
ये.
picked up a Marshall. He is
Yeah.
definitely keen to do that from time to time.
आपकी हर टीम हार रही है यार. कल मैं आया नहीं इसलिए कल PRX हारी. ओ सॉरी 100 Thieves हारी. मेरे को क्योंकि लग रहा था 100 Thieves कल जीतेगी.
Yeah, I mean this is something that every team is
आज
going
भी मुझे लग
to
रहा है 100
consider
Thieves
against
जीतेगी.
PaperX is when are they going to dial up the
तो
pace?
PRX
They will
जीतेगी.
definitely
समझ रहे हो?
do that on ecos from time to time. Cryo trying to hold down mid against Forsaken, but no damage done. So for now, just a pullback and a shift towards the B site.
क्या भाई क्या है ये? हाँ? इको राउंड में बकचोदी कर रहे हो?
To be able to clear Reyna around the corner, Jing could potentially get some value
टेक्सचर
out
ने
of
माँ
those
खोद दी
leers.
सही में.
Misses.
Might have been heard. Maybe able to note that,
आप
but
जब
just one sound cue not going to be enough. Now the drone going to be coming through.
क्या करेगा?
All up over on that A
Oh
side
my
as the
God.
rotations start to come in, and that's going to be Mindfreak taken down as Boostio just creeps his way forward, and Jing can't trade out
Jingy
anything.
boy, what the
Damage
heck you were
not even
doing
gonna be
there,
found
bro?
Rotations coming through. Cam not going to be spotting much of anything there.
30 seconds
Low.
left.
Slide just tucked in towards tunnel. Swinging the back of box. Cryo looking for the kill. It's going to be taken by Boostio. It's Forsaken. Noted. Dealt with. Dead.
Not looking good.
Flawless
Not
run here.
looking
400
good.
Thieves in this
Not even
anti-eco.
one kill,
Yeah,
bro.
really nice.
Not looking good.
Really
No.
nice 0 point there. Make sure that that Reyna utility can't do anything
Gotta do something, man.
for Jing. He's just stuck in a corner, trying to lock it down.
Even
and
guys say,
can't even
yeah.
get any damage done. So
Genji looking super
really
strong.
well thought out.
Super
Good
strong,
methodical
bro.
start
Trust
here
me.
for the side of 100 Thieves. The last time we saw 100 Thieves on Breeze was against G2 in the grand finals of the Americas, and they looked really good on attacker's side. And the time we saw them
I guess
before, that was
Genji
the only
go-
2 times we've seen them was against Crew,
Wait,
when Crew was
Fnatic
in the
भी
middle of
नहीं
a
आ रहा
really
भाई,
hot run in the group stage. They were able to take this map off of Crew. 13-11, it was close. So this is a solid map for 100 Thieves. So far, they're definitely showing you why.
Playing forward, eating that 0 point, maybe trying to make a bit of a bait play. But the rest of 100 Thieves now just storming their way up into Hall. Triple push coming through. Pop flash going to be sent. Something able to find one.
Nice.
Take it down. Forsaken. Back orange. Deals with Cryo. Pink getting ready to come in, but now Boostio finding a nice timing. Comes in on the side. Swings out.
Nice.
Looks for more, but Forsaken's able to shut it down. Forsaken himself tagged at 30. Divide.
Nice.
Forsaken still
Forsaken.
survives. 3 players left alive. Paper
Let's go,
Rex
Jason, bro.
not gonna
Let's
allow
go,
for a bonus
Jason.
conversion.
Nice one,
This
baby.
is a good start here for PaperX.
भाई, what a
especially
wall,
for
bro. What a
Forsaken.
wall.
Really was struggling
Yep.
against G2 in the opener of the playoffs. And then he picked it up finally in their next match.
Reyna Breeze.
So that's going to be, I think, one of the
New
big
strat
keys
or
is getting Forsaken online.
Sure.
If you can get everybody firing on PaperX, then they will just outgun you, and this is a great map for that. So looking sharp, looking
Yeah.
snappy. Is that going to be
Jason
able to
looking good,
continue?
baby. हर बार नहीं खेल रहे ये.
Grab
हर बार ही
behind, but
खेल
still more
रहे
work
हैं.
to be done. Neural Theft now going to be online here for Boostio. Somebody who also had a little bit of a softer start in the previous series. And Cryo.
Jeez.
Same
Something
story.
like, what is this?
Right now, looking fired up. Dealing with something.
That was
Leaving
casual.
Forsaken now on an island here
Something
today.
like,
Boostio holding back, expecting this. And it's so well read from 100 Thieves. Being out dead. Mindfreak trying to find it. Will be able to trade one back, but now Bang taking space here in mid. Mindfreak draws out the weapon, reads it a little bit more, and he's up for the task. Shuts it down. We're back into a 3v3.
Huge stuff from Mindfreak. Forsaken tucked in the corner.
Suspected, now known. Cryo, quick to flush him out. Jiggle Peak coming in. Divide going to be taken down. It's all on Mindfreak. Would be an ace clutch for him. Right
By
now,
5
100
gifted
Thieves very
Mindfreak
much
ने ace
poised
करा तो.
to move up 3-1. Just eats it. Flash coming through.
वो बच गया.
Don't commit to the swing here. Allows him to regain his vision, but Cryo, Johnny on the spot, accurate with the aim. 3 kills for him, 3 rounds for 100 Thieves.
Yeah, good work there at the end by Asuna, using his utility to isolate Mindfreak. Sure
Shut कर दिया something को. पता नहीं क्या कर रहा था. Dry pick ले रहा था.
A little bit of an off timing, but that's okay. He had another one in the bank, so totally fine. 400 Thieves and just winning their opening battles, reading these positions very nicely. This is something that's going to be difficult for PaperX, is trying to take space early. Because you don't have a lot of utility. That's
G2 versus Genji लग रहा है final.
great for doing that. Yeah, you have the Leers, yeah, you have the Harbor util,
क्या ही बोले.
but you don't have that KO, you know, sort of flash and knife to get the information and then try to make plays off the back of it. You're going to have to rely a lot on Divide here, potentially, if you're going to want to go for aggressive pushes like that.
भाई अगर फुट गई ना final
Something's
मेरा
good
हो
enough that he
गया.
can get it done on his own for sure. So certainly something that he wants to try. And Forsaken is gone all the way around this pillar.
Yo, what the fuck, bro?
But has Bang gotten any sense of it?
I mean, you got to suspect this angle because this is definitely an area where you would think that something might want to try to make a play. But it's going to be a weaker buy. Some sheriffs for the side of PRX. Drone to check. Toxic screen comes down. Jing able to isolate himself for now.
Fragment into the corner. Flash not going to connect. Clear at the ready. The tuck back cry out, eating a bit of damage as the reveal comes through off that recon dart. Swing out. Jing looking for the kill, but still cannot find it. EU bails out the rest of his teammates. Keeps them covered. For something, however, finding one apiece. Something will get taken out. Bang finding that, but now a 3v3. Guardian still in hand, but as they push forward, they continue to find these kills. Mindfreak now trying to make his way over. Approaching now through shot, but it's being watched. Asuna staring in this direction. Take a headshot or 2 shots to the chest to try to take him down. The jiggle out, the turn back, and Cryo staying alive. 100 Thieves
staying alive. Staying alive.
Reckoning invested there for PRX.
Staying alive.
Run out of the round,
यार
basically.
क्या कर रहे हैं यार? एम ड्यूल्स कैसे हार रहे हैं?
Find their footing. There were some good shots there
यार
for
जिंग
PRX.
को नहीं खेलना था यार. जिंग तो रेज ही खेलता है इस
info for
पर.
Jing. But Jing wasn't able to
कितना
really
भाई
convert off the back of
कितना
it.
supporting
Now
PRX
something is going to be able to scrape together the operator
support
or
करो.
PRX, and this should be
Easy for 100
where things
thieves.
get a little bit
Yeah.
scarier for 100 Thieves. Obviously, we all
PRX
know
को क्या
how
हुआ?
good something
पता
is
नहीं यार.
with that operator and how aggressive he can be. But right now,
PRX
he's just posted up in
यार.
halls. It's a 3-man stack on B. Kind of
भाई पर
anticipating
ठीक है तुम्हें पता है
there's gonna
क्यों?
be a change in
अगर
direction for
फर्स्ट
100
मैप पे
Thieves. This is a pretty
PRX
good read off the
कॉन्फिडेंट लगती है और
rip.
मारती है,
PRX, no command.
बाकी दोनों में फंसती है. ठीक है अभी चलेगा.
on the drone, Cryo taking space, dashing forward, going to be revealed in something in the meantime, able to find one. Busio
Heavy
dead.
recon man.
The tuck away here from the Reyna. Jing swinging out, still going to be shut down. Cannot find that kill. The trade backs here. 2 kills coming through as Mindfreak being pressured, getting taken down. Cryo finding him once again. The slow creep up EU, not necessarily registering that, but Cryo quick on the reply. And now something. A 1v2 spike not yet planted, but he's
देखा
got the op in
वो
hand.
पुश करेगा.
Flash in, ducks back behind the archway, just looking for any kind of peek out, but they know that the op is in play. They don't want to give him any angles. Knives now popped.
Spike planted.
And that is not going to do anything. Cryo, another 3K. Another round for 100 Thieves on the attack.
Yeah, they are just firing on all cylinders right now. Shutting down any attempts by PRX. PRX looks a little bit slow to react to some of these plays. It's good early,
भाई एक मारना था Mindfreak को उधर.
Once 100 Thieves gains control of the site, they just start knocking players down, and Cryo, very clean with that Vandal. Takes that peek against the Blade Storm confidently. Yeah, this makes a lot of
भाई
sense to me.
heavy demotivate करता है भाई ये. बूस्टियो उठ के बकचोदी पेलता है भाई.
I
18 पे
anticipated
तू पिछली बार
this was
जेजी
going to be
से
a tough match
शर्म
for
करो.
PRX. I know a lot of
sure.
I think a lot of people
भाई
you know, are
बचते ही
gonna
हारा
think,
तुम्हें
oh,
पता है
okay,
ये बूस्टियो.
they haven't played it before, so they're going to show you
Fnatic के लिए
something that you're not ready for and that kind of stuff.
फुट
But
के लिए बोला
there's a
उसने
reason they've been avoiding it.
कि how can they lose
There
to
very
such a
much
bad
is.
team?
And you called it.
How
We're
can Fnatic lose to
deliberating
such a bad
backstage
team? ऐसे
once
करके
the
tweet करा
composition
बूस्टियो
gonna
ने.
look like once
अगले
we see
दिन
the
घुरा
draft
गया.
come through. And you said Jing Reyna, maybe.
इतिहास गवाह है,
635
बजना नहीं,
days.
नहीं तो
Shout out to
लोड़े
Space for
लगेंगे.
updating us
क्या बोलते
on how
हैं?
long it's been since we've seen that in an official
Boost
VCT
ही गया.
tournament. 635 days. 635 days since Jing has
Jing
got
भाई
the
0 पे
kill
है,
on Reyna.
कोई दिक्कत
Right now, he is at 0, 5, and 1.
जेंजी के सामने चुप
You
बैठा था
would
पूरे
think he'd
मैच.
be
हाँ
good for
क्या?
a few here, but
Karma
I mean, it's a
waiting.
rough go for him. It just looks,
भाई
he
कल एक
looks a
बार
little
भी
uncomfortable,
नहीं.
if I'm being honest. Like,
हाँ,
clears
against
were okay,
Genji.
but
देखना
he only
था
got to
यार.
use them
एक
really
बार
that
तो
one
होता
time
होगा.
on A pyramids. Other than that,
Try
he's been
hot
shut
form
down
में.
by the KO utility.
Guy
So,
looking good man.
you know, credit where credit's due. Asuna's really having a good start here. He's got 6 assists already, and it's on the back of some fantastic utilization of his util to make sure that PRX
मोदी जी
can't
कहाँ
use
से आ
any
गए
of
भाई
their
VCT
limited
में?
util
जीतेंगे तो
to
मोदी
shut
जी लिख रहे हो
down
जो.
these 100 Thieves attacks, and now they've got a ton of ulti-kilios. They've got everything except the no command.
Now Wall just to try to slow things up. 100 Thieves again off the back of that timeout, wanting to see if there's going to be an aggressive call coming through from PRX. 0 point gets the catch on a 1.
Well, they know that Forsaken's close, but they're waiting. And oh my God, Devi.
Okay. The Devi with the Marshall able to find one. Cryo has been a thorn in the side here. Up PRX is pop flash out, looking for the chase, but cannot get on top of Forsaken in time. So just a tuck back. Orb going to be grabbed, but now push up here from Mindfreak, working his way up halls. Here's the tap on the rope. It's going to be a drop back. EU is jiggling, but looks like he might suspect this.
He knows.
Push coming through, and Mindfreak good for the one tap. Forsaken going to get caught at the same time, but now Jing pushing forward, gets himself on the board, but he is not ready for bang in this position. It's the one kill found, but now the spike stranded. PRX not yet confirming that position, however. It's Mindfreak with a recovered weapon, tries to swing around, tries to catch a timing here onto Asuna, but he cannot.
It's just a lot of space that has to be given up by this PRX comp. You don't have a Sentinel, you almost never do for PRX, to really kind of get you that extra ability to get info, to get a little bit deeper. So you have to rely on pushes. You have to rely on some of these solo heroics. And sure, a few of them came through for PRX, but the positional game won by 100 Thieves is profiting for them.
Hunter's Fury is online, doesn't come into play. Looks like the answer is going to be yes. Looking for the tag. Asuna taking low, taking down Divide, finding that. Final shot going to be avoided here by Bang. 2v1, but he also has the pit online. Should he decide to try to invest it here? It's around the corner though, and he might not need it. Find something, but invest it all the same. Knows that Divide only has that Marshall, knows that he's going to be picking up the weapon. Divide's got it, so too does Bang. Red Bull clutch, 100 Thieves, so far out in front.
Yeah, this is just phenomenal stuff from 100 Thieves.
Even though
starting to see some of those mechanics come through for PRX,
Jinko mid में मिला,
the positional game that is handled game won by 100 Thieves. Good Hunter's Fury here for Divide. Another thing to note is that last time they played this map all the way back in kickoff, it was Mindfreak playing Sova, not Divide. So it is a lot of switch-ups here for PRX, a lot of uncomfortable agents maybe for them to be bringing out on stage. And obviously it was intentional. You had to know as PRX that this was gonna be something come through, and there's something.
Speaking of it, now gonna be in a bad spot, has to tuck back away as the flash fully connects. Mindfreak here, using this wall to his advantage as much as humanly possible. Fishing shots coming his way here. Reveal in, Mindfreak snappy on the first. Busio gonna be taken down, man advantage still there for the side of PRX, but Spike Plant is in. All three players here on the side of 100 Thieves committed into the site. There's no flanks coming through here for PRX. We'll just be finding them straight up.
What?
The counter spam here from his Asuna. Absolutely gorgeous. The follow-up, even more beautiful. Jing will find another, but Cry on Bank still stand. They still have breath in their lungs as 100 Thieves lock in a 7th round win.
I mean, they just look so clean, Achilleos.
The fuck?
At every point of retake, it's just shut right down. I mean, they're just so on it. PRX trying to get some of those early advantages, something that plagued 100 Thieves against Gen G. Doesn't matter right now, because they are absolutely crisp. Phenomenal stuff here from Asuna. And every angle quickly shut down and accounted for, and yeah, it's challenging right now. Forsaken trying to get aggressive and can get nothing.
But that's going to be Neural Theft just hand it over to him. You see everybody now having to rotate over from that B side aside from Divide. Plant coming through. Still plenty more ultimates to work with here for 100 Thieves. Just not get thrifted. One hero rifle in play here for Mindfreak. That's about it. Busio playing forward, something able to find one as the door gets open. Does take down Cryo, but now Jing again on the floor. Push forward from Busio. Shock starts lobbing, not going to be finding too much of anything there. Something does manage to find a second one, but then Bang dealing with him, looking for the final headshot here as Divide tucks back. They take so much damage. And EU will get the final shots through. 8-1. I'd say no end in sight right now. 100 Thieves are looking absolutely perfect.
Yeah, they look fully in control. And it's going to force out another timeout. Alex does this sometimes. And it actually can work. I mean, PRX is very adaptive. They're very clever with that, you know, the dubbed high line of the PRX IGLing style, where it's not exactly just one player all the time, kind of making decisions, but they feel coordinated. They feel like they're trying to go for these solo
more of an attacking
plays.
map now, to be honest, guys. It's more of an attacking map. Yeah, attacking map ही है.
It doesn't feel like they're really coming well with, you know, how and when they want to do things. It looks like they're just kind of trying to make their own individual plays at times, and then when they do get coordinated, it's like 3-man stacks that just get shut down at arches or something.
I mean, yeah, it's typically
this
orchestral performance, these master musicians all in sync with one another. Right now, it's like some middle schoolers trying to learn how to play the recorder. It's not been good for PRX.
Wow, buddy.
Map 2 से come back
Call
होगा.
spade a spade.
It's true, it's true.
मेरे को ये map
it does feel a bit like that.
Sit down करवाना उनको. Sit down.
We'll see. It is an attacker-sided comp. If you want to go for some serious copium for PRX fans,
but actually,
it is double duelist, so it should be more of an attacker-sided comp.
Attacker-sided comp है वो. सही बात है.
But you know, they just don't look clean right now either. You know, they've had some good moments here and there, but they need to really get some value out of this operator in these ults. The Reckoning and the Viper's pit there. So that null command again for Asunada, gonna make it so challenging for some of these players against the executes. You almost have to play retake, but you know, they try to get ahead of it. They try to get aggressive, set the op up and elbow, see if they can find anybody, but so far, 100 Thieves like super nervous, just clustered in their spawn and gonna be potentially changing directions. Forsaken is gonna get a little bit of info there. Very deep cascade. And there you go.
Something up over the top, able to find Busio. See if the rest of the players can start working alongside his tempo, but Hunter's Fury going to be opened up here as they get the reveal. Forsaken tucking back into the cove now. Flash comes through and Cryo gets caught by it. Asuna quick reply, but now Gun Barrel going to be spotted. Jing desperately trying to find the kill, but just eats a bit of damage. Follow Flash. Doesn't come through the wall. He's got to swap over the classic, but Jing getting pinged down. Mind Freak at the same time, able to find E. Trying to go for the reload, break swing. The opposite side of the pyramid. Comes up with a kill. Comes up with another. Divine now dead. A 2v1, something will be able to put it down. Second round found now for PRX.
Yeah, that looked a little bit more coordinated there. Forsaken able to use that cascade to get a little bit of early advantage in terms of the information game for himself. Jing just doesn't look comfortable though, if I'm just being honest.
Sure.
He does not look comfortable on this Reyna yet.
Yeah,
Looks like maybe he's a little bit off the mark for whatever reason. Good news is, something is devastating with the operators as always. And he's going to try to stand up against
Lucio.
I think we got to work on something's trash talk game a little bit there. I mean, it's a good start. But just saying a player's name.
Yeah. Null command here. Going to be coming through. Rotations necessary for PRX, but she can just tap it across. Is able to find one on the entry. Granted, Asuna resible. And will be brought back here into the fray. Reckoning available here for the retake, something maybe needing to pop the knives as well, but for now, Spike Plant not yet coming through.
Blades popped for something. Gonna open the door as well, but he's gonna keep moving potentially. Nope, he's gonna go through the door.
Coming through, What? Away with two! Mind Freak turning it back now. Answering back in a big way. Cryo eliminated, 2 players left. Swap over onto the op, the jump peak coming through. Something cannot find the shot, but Busio dead. That leaves EU on his lonesome. Still can do some significant damage here, as the cash is not great for the side of PRX. Can he isolate? No, he cannot. Device swinging will find it. A 3rd round here for PRX with the op carried over.
Yeah, and they're going to be able to get the Hunter's Fury off this defuse for Devi as well. So finally starting to look like there's some coordination, some good timings here for PRX later in this half. They really take their time. They play fully for retake. They set up for the flood. This time they make some waves. Really nicely handled here off the rip. Good information again. You know, it's really tricky without those standard
उसने स्प्रे ट्रांसफर करके मारा जिंग को
that like a Harbor has to get that info, but Forsaken
ये हंसता भी है वहाँ पे बैठ के
playing through his walls. And I mean, he's still on and he's still
Karishma, guys.
Smile into, well, that was stupid. We shouldn't have done that, but they get themselves a 3rd round, 8-4, the best that PRX can hope for here on this defense. Let's see if they can find it. Or if 100 Thieves can once again shut down this momentum. Something at the moment, he is just out in the open. Creeping forward here in the halls, ping coming down, suspecting that there's going to be a player over towards window.
Cam was cleared by Jing to set this up. So they're not, I mean, they're somewhat aware. And they, you have to suspect the op. It's been in this potentially, you know, it's been in this position before. I'm not sure if they know that, but they're very, very wary. Busio pretty much stuck in window. Trying to see if he can math his way out of that one. Nope. No, we cannot.
Patience is a virtue, and it pays off here for him. Busio going to be taken down. Bang not able to snipe him out of the sky. Suspecting the push across here. But for
nice
gets up in front of the poison
bro.
Able to get the catch. Now Wall going to be coming through as Cryo looks to take some space. Knives in hand. Hunter's Fury open here from Devi. And Jing able to collect the kill. Takes him down, but Asuna still accurate as ever. Comes up with one, but as he tries to recover another weapon, Jing will be able to get a 2nd one here in the round. EU now last one standing. The wall falls, Jing swings, he will get shut down. EU finding a nasty one, making me believe for a brief little moment. But something with that op will find another. He's once again on his feet. It's going to be 8 for the half.
Well, the coordination finally comes through for PRX. Starting to play off each other's information much, much better.
By something
setting each other
toxic
up for some of these plays. Again, Jing clearing that camera, sets something up here.
Lekin
Something
positive
watching mid,
toxicity
sets Forsaken up there.
Something
The Hunter
positive.
Fury allows access for Jing onto the site. All of these things, much, much better for PRX. But is it enough, Achilleos?
We'll have to just wait and see as we get ready to go into the half. Some time to collect their thoughts and
Hello,
breathe a sigh of relief here as they recover 4 rounds here in this half where 100 Thieves were looking like they were just going to rob this whole thing away. In the meantime, we've got Mika standing by with some very special guests.
I am joined once again by some very special guests here. We have Luna, who is the Vi's girlfriend, and we have Kaze here. Guys, give them a warm welcome because Luna, I believe this is your first time in Shanghai and you just arrived yesterday?
Yes, I just arrived yesterday midnight. So far, I haven't gotten to try anything out yet, but I'm super excited to be here to support the Vi, obviously, especially with the score right now. So I hope everything goes well. I hope so.
You mentioned that sometimes when it gets really stressful, sometimes you turn off the stream because you can't take it.
Usually when I'm at home and it's super stressful, I just turn off my phone and I just go sit at the wall and then I peek at it and then I close it. But since I'm here, I have no choice. I have to keep my eyes open, so I feel really stressed right now.
Well, we'll give you a big hug afterwards. Now, Kaze, what does it feel like seeing a fellow Malaysian on this stage?
Me and Dawai used to be competitors back in those other FPS days. So I'm proud to see a fellow Malaysian competing at the highest level and seeing him doing well. It's quite a happy feeling to see him doing well, I would say.
Sure, there's that pride going on, right? Well, now the score is a little bit in favor of 100 Thieves, we might say. What would you say to them right now?
क्या मतलब स्टेज में खेल रहा है वो और तुम यहाँ चैट में लिख रहे हो
And what about you, Luna? If you could say something to the Vi right now, what would you say?
Can you please win? I'm here. I came all the way. Please don't lose.
Well, there you have it from Luna and from Kaze. We're going to send it back to the game.
Ego bye.
Thank you very much.
Plastic
sure there's plenty of people here in the audience watching from home having the same well wishes, that same desperation for PRX at the moment. Let's see if they're going to be able to get back into this one because Jing finding some footing a little bit in that last round. A couple kills coming through. Let's see if they can start things off with a pistol round win. But 100 Thieves, they claim this one. One step closer to just closing out a very clean opening map here in this ever-important series. Of course, elimination on the line.
Right there. A lot of space taken early towards Halls, but it's all just kind of a ruse to set up a little bit of extra room on that door for this potential A execute if they do decide to commit. Toxic screen's going to go up. Looks like PRX is going in.
Just bouncing their way through the 100 Thieves wall here. There's a little bit more going up. Jing trying to clear out on that recon there, but Forsaken going to be picked off. Cryo able to find that opening shot. Bang, back pyramid looking for the target. Gets himself one. Something able to trade it back. Now Mindfreak coming online as well. Cryo dead, a 3v3, but HP bars softened up quite a bit here on the side of PRX. Fishing for one. Devi spotting out Asana for a brief moment, cannot collect it.
They're pinned back here.
Yeah, really rough position to try to displace from. Swing up, something going aggressive. Is able to find one more, but EU trades it back. Mindfreak and Devi now, so very low. Will get taken down. 100 Thieves. Claiming another pistol, another defuse, another round win.
Yeah, another great start for 100 Thieves. I would say one of the hallmarks on this map for 100 Thieves, when I went back to watch their VODs, was just really sturdy defense. They're willing to give up some space at the front of the site, and then they're willing to contain you there. This was kind of a microcosm of that. They're very, very default heavy on this map. They will kind of shift around who's playing what positions, but they are very happy to kind of play a 2-1-2, just kind of have one player sort of roaming around mid, but they will play pretty far back. And Asuna in particular likes to hang in the back of A site and lob some of that KO utility in at you to set up his teammates, set up himself. That round was really, really solid. 100 Thieves had a great read. PRX, that's a good shot.
Cryo hearing this push coming through, but Defi able to find the headshot for Jing. Catches bang. A site opened up. And what a reply here from the side of PRX. They look to get a thrifty. Weapons now recovered something, taking some forward space. Swings back, spots out Boostio, spots out EU up on the bridge. Door now hit, gets the tink there onto Asuna, swings back through something in a very committed forward position, ends up falling down. Asuna bringing one back, but still the man advantage here for the side of PRX. Fragment over towards back pyramid, Jing swing on the corner. Asuna out in the open, he ends up falling down, but Boostio collecting another. Swing coming in, the tink is there, but the kill cannot be found. It's all on EU, finds one, finds himself a second. And that's against Mindfreak, who's just holding onto a ghost. EU at 5 HP. Having to wait out the wall, it's all gonna come down to the reaction. It's time fought, the push forward, and Mindfreak confirms the kill, and somehow
Bro,
PRX going with the win here in the eco round.
Well, this looks more like the PRX you're used to seeing. Just go at them, guns blazing, start knocking players down, and something takes a ton of space, buys them a little bit of extra time in this round, get some big impact kills. Devi, maybe it was that girlfriend above there, that was a nasty shot. And then Mindfreak steady to get the clutch. And somehow, some way, even though they just get an eco win, Alex is still on edge. Oh my.
It's probably just saying, why are we like this?
Why couldn't we do that in the pistol?
Yeah. Well, once again, just storming their way forward here. On to A, wall coming up, keeping something protected for the time being here from Cryo's angle. Nothing really spotted, but Mindfreak able to find one, but Bang putting down something.
Oh!
Bang putting down Forsaken.
Spike down A.
Gorgeous shots with the classic. Jing trying to swing out of his cove, and Cryo says absolutely not. Fragment claims Devi, and now it's all on Mindfreak, and it's happening again. It's like Ascent from just yesterday. Back to back, MasterCard Thrifty for 100 Thieves as they get up to 10.
Right click.
What am I watching? I mean, it's just insane. Like, PRX is, this is one of those rounds where that overconfidence gets to them, and they're swinging out in bad angles. I mean, that time something just caught off guard, but then Forsaken and then Jing also both tried to push out of those smokes, out of those coves, to try to take battles, and they just end up getting one-tapped. I mean, honestly, it's just a little bit too much. You could probably fall back there.
Oh, something, finding a timing, finding a kill. EU gonna be taken down as he just updrafts up into halls.
Here we go again.
Yep. A little bit more firepower behind this one, though. 3 Guardians, Vandal, and a Bulldog. Flash at the ready, Asuna.
Something mara.
Like he wants to escort Bang forward here as the wall gets ready to drop. Drops it. Something. Still forward, Flash now coming in off the backside. Tailwinds over onto the side here. Trying to play around this Cloudburst, but Asuna joins in the fray. They're able to take him down and Bang down to 11. Still standing, Asuna still looking for more, and he gets it. Just taking dead Cryo at the same time, pushing forward, able to find Jing over in mid.
Well, they've found space. They're able to get towards the B site. Trapwire is going to reveal their presence, but
still going to be slow going for them.
Exactly.
Cam set up.
Cam laga.
Not
Cam
being
dekega
tapped
hi
quite
nahi
just
abhi
yet. There it is. Quick turn. Mindfreak clearing it out, but now 100 Thieves just going to be looking for the flood. Savai gets this plant. Util not going to be able to be used here the next several seconds. 2v4 to try to stave it off. Now just playing around the cyber cage.
Revealing area.
Recon sent. Clear it on the dart. Devi, the wall falls. Pitch coming through. And 100 Thieves get the win. Up to 11, 2 more to go. So they look to close out Breeze.
Yeah, just too much there for PRX to deal with. And again, they're getting these opening kills, but they're not really able to find much else off the back of it. And something's isolated for so long there. There's no real backup for him as he goes for that aggressive dash to try to keep himself alive a little bit longer. And meanwhile, you've just got 2 players of 100 Thieves surrounding him. And then by the time Forsaken gets there, he's just a step too late, and they're able to flash and take him down. And then for the retake, well, good luck. They're coming from every angle possible. I mean, it would just take some of the craziest Guardian shots you've ever seen in your life from Devi to do anything in that round.
We saw the glass cannon Guardian pick up from something on Bind.
mistakes kar rahi hai, kab nahi karti.
Glass cannon on this Vandal.
Itni
Ashley on the recon, 0 point. Again, just pushing them back. A couple players going to be noted by it.
Given the economy of PRX, it has to be this round if they're going to make a comeback. They invested so much to try to stave off that round 12. And for now, pull back from both teams. PRX finally going to consider the B site. They have a Hunter's Fury. Empress is there for Jing, but
I mean, look at the double trap wire set up here, just trying to get the catch here onto something. Clears out the bottom one. Cage comes up. Drone leads the charge to Fragment. Looks to force them back. Now the forces of PRX going to be held at bay. 0 point noting a couple players, but not going to be drawing rotations quite just yet. Crossing up on top of the half wall now, just going to be sending in that null command. Spams across and something's going to get dropped. Kill found. Jing trying to take some space, but can't really scale forward. They try to just hold him at bay here with the flashes. Everything going to be committed to Busio, able to collect the kill here. Onto the random swing onto the corner. Asuna finding Mindfreak. Forsaken it. Able to answer back one, but they're in such a poor position now. You catching a glimpse of Recon, the shock darts, everything just being lobbed in here. They push their way over towards his elbow. Busio into the cove, in behind them, and guns them down. A three-piece as 100 Thieves get up to map point.
Steady as she goes for 100 Thieves.
GG.
The ship is on course and heading for a map win. They look so good. I mean, they're so disciplined. And this null command has just been absolutely brutal in the first half and in this half for PRX to deal with. I mean, that lack of utility
Jing was
just
not
really
looking good,
makes their
Reina
lives
mein.
so miserable. And then Asuna throws a great flash around the corner again. That KO worth its weight in gold. And on top of the kill board as well.
Yeah.
Build this.
Hell of a performance from him so far. Something trying to take some space, but Poison Orb blooming. Busio far forward here, down below. Do they read this? So the answer is going to be absolutely not. Something cannot react in time, and now the neural depth gives him the rest of the game here for PRX.
Just trying to
Empress
make solo
pop.
plays.
Jing just bouncing across to the opposite side. Space not really going to be able to take it here. Made up for their own util timing. Shrekkening now going to be coming through. Hunter's Fury, Invest in Divide, just fishing, trying to find anything that he possibly can. Jing able to find one. Takes a Devour. Cryo pushing forward, however, able to find Mind Freak. Jing got himself a second. Jumps out though, right in front of Cryo, who manages to collect the kill. As he tries to recover the weapon, Bang finds his prey. Forsaken falls, and 100 Thieves kick off this series 13-5.
बचने का नहीं, comeback आएगा हमारा.
Map pick. And now you can certainly see why the PRX has been avoiding Breeze.
Absolutely. They have their map of Sunset coming up, but they are one step away, one map loss away
Now I
from
know
being
where
eliminated
I
from
heard
Master
it
Shanghai.
was
See if they can rally back, or
But
100 Thieves
Jim
will
was
deliver
not
the
looking
victory
good,
as
yaar.
promised when we come back to the break.
रेना में पता नहीं क्या. भाई अगर इन्होंने अटैकर साइडेड कॉम अगर बनाना ही था तो अगर ये फर्स्ट हाफ अटैकिंग में होते तब लेते ना. जिंग रेना.
Not sure what sensitivity you perform best with?
फर्क
Are you
पड़ता है इससे,
constantly
तुम्हें पता है
changing
क्या?
your sensitivity because you're missing? Introducing the Universal Sensitivity Finder in AIM Labs.
फ्लैश
Get
नहीं था
real-time
एंट्री के लिए.
sensitivity recommendations.
तभी तो उसने रेना
Keep
उठाया
track
एक
of the
फ्लैश के लिए.
sensitivities you perform best with. Then bring it into your next ranked game and dominate. Now available in AIM Labs Plus.
एम ही हग रहे थे. हाँ ना ड्यूल. भाई कम से कम 10 में से 9 बार तो एम ड्यूल आ रहे. पक्की बात है. और ओवर एग्रेसिव तो बहुत होते ही है. मैंने देखा है PRX वाले. कोई दिक्कत नहीं भाई. थोड़ा लाइक हो जाता तो मेरे को पता है हार गए हैं PRX, बट फिर भी भाई जी क्या है यार. 350 वोट और लाइक भी 9 है उतरे. लव यू बड़ो भाई. लव यू हैरी भाई. क्या सीन है. एलेक्स अम्मा बहन पे आएगा. ऐसा नहीं है ना मिसेस. PRX ने खुद ट्वीट करा why are we like this. बट भाई लव पॉम पॉम. पॉम पॉम क्या है. डिसिप्लिन नहीं है. 2 किल लेने के बाद सब अग्रेस करते हैं. हाँ ना. स्टार्टिंग में अगर 2 किल हो गए तो ऐसा लगता है कि चलो मैप आ गया, राउंड आ गया, घुसो मारो ट्रेड हो जाएगा. गलत है वो. क्या बोलते हो. कोल्ड कॉफी नहीं है, बनाना शेक है. ओ सॉरी मैंगो शेक है. नेक्स्ट गेम कौन जीतेगा. नेक्स्ट गेम पता लगेगा. मैं क्या बोलूँ यार. भाई अगर फुट फाइनल में गई मेरा हो गया, मेरा हो गया। TH वर्सेस फुट नेक्स्ट मैच में नहीं देख रहा हूँ, अभी बता दिया। मैं वैलोरेंट खेलूंगा 1-2 मैप, ठीक है। और बताओ क्या चल रहा है? क्यों नहीं देखना मुझे TH और फुट को? मेरे को पसंद नहीं दोनों। फुट तो जहाँ दिखती है मेरे को गुस्सा आ जाता है। बेटे को फोन लगाओ, मैंने मैसेज करा था, क्या सीन है, कब पहुंचेगा, ये सब वो सब। मैसेज नहीं आया उसका, सिंगल टिक गया, लग डबल टिक नहीं है। कितने बजे की फ्लाइट थी उसकी?
Now with Zix of 100 Thieves. Now Zix, you were part of that EG squad that took down PRX in Champions 2023. You seem to be becoming, you know, to be kryptonite for this squad. So what is the one thing that you need to keep?
कैसा लगा मिर्जापुर सीजन 4 बताओ? मैंने नहीं देखा यार। मिर्जापुर सीजन 4 मैं बताऊं कैसे, कब देखूंगा? जब उसके सारे एपिसोड आ जाएंगे तो मैं एक साथ बैठ के 3-4 घंटे में पूरा कंप्लीट करूंगा सीजन। मैं अभी नहीं देख रहा। तो आ गया क्या? और मैं बताऊं क्या, मैंने वो वाला भी अभी देखा जाके, पंचायत सीजन 1 पूरा कंप्लीट कर लिया मैंने। सीजन 2 स्टार्ट करूंगा, वो भी एक साथ पूरा कंप्लीट कर लूंगा, फिर सीजन 3 देखूंगा। मिर्जापुर कहाँ आया भाई अभी? सीजन 4 अभी नहीं आया। पंचायत देखो। हाँ सीजन 4 नहीं, सीजन 3, सॉरी सीजन 3 भाई, गलती से मुंह से निकला। पंचायत अच्छी है, हाँ पंचायत सही है। अभी तो सीजन 1 कंप्लीट करा है मैंने पंचायत का। मैं वो फिर से देखूंगा, ड्रैगन ऑफ द हाउसेस सीजन 1 पूरा कंप्लीट करूंगा फिर से। मेरे को वो नहीं, रिकैप नहीं देखना। हाउस ऑफ द ड्रैगन, सॉरी, House of the Dragon, yeah.
I love the fact that they were so quickly responding to everything that PRX were doing. One, they were abusing when the Cypher not being there and having those entrances to sites, and knowing that PRX has to fight, just try and make those fights as this advantageous as possible.
Bang has been so good throughout the run in America's 400 Thieves. For me, he was consistently behind the performances. Cryo was
सोवा फोन है? The Boys नहीं, The Boys नहीं देखा भाई। मैं ये सब नहीं देखता था गाइस, ये मूवीज हो गया, सीरीज हो गया। एक है जिसने मेरी गंदी आदत लगा दी, एक शख्स। I hate that शख्स।
Ridiculous. Yeah, exactly. And with the sheriff, with the pistols, with weapons, I love the fact that it was a little bit disrespectful onto what PRX wanted to do because it didn't.
My family pie देखते हो? नहीं.
This is the thing. You heard it from Ziggs. The next map is where PRX are expected to shine. So let's take a look.
Who will win VCT? I have no idea.
In the AIM Labs shoot around because
PK Plant is on top, baby.
They're not out just yet, and they have looked exceptional on Sunset. They have, and it's kind of where they tried out a new comp, and I don't think it worked out super well. Jing looked a little bit uncomfortable on the Reyna. I think the lack of Cypher really hurt them. But now Sunset is a map that they have played a ton thus far this year. They have an incredible
The Dragon of the Housing Society.
across all their performances.
मैं उसको यही बोलता हूँ, Dragon of the Houses.
Playing this double initiator, Sage comp.
भाई एक्चुअली किसी ने अगर House of the Dragons और
Yeah, exactly. And we talk
उससे पहले कौन सी थी वो?
right? Is another map where they're not going to have the cypher.
कौन सी थी guys वो?
They know exactly how they want to use that wall. It doesn't
God of
matter
War,
whether
God of War नहीं.
if they start on the defense or the attack.
Guys, कौन सी
They
थी?
have very good reads and very good interpretation
उसी का
on how
part?
to surprise the team. You may look at the Sage and
GOT,
correct me if I'm wrong, no one
हाँ.
plays it. Exactly.
Game of
No one
Thrones.
plays it, right? So
अगर
either
किसी ने
you are
Game of
very
Thrones
sure
और
of how
House
PRX
of the
is gonna
Dragons
play and
नहीं
how to
देखी है
deal
ना,
with the vibe, or they're
तो मुझे लगता है वो पहले House of the Dragons देखे
This is the thing, they have a lot of footage, and 100
और फिर
Thieves,
Game of
as
Thrones
you know,
देखे.
are a team
क्या
that
बोलते हो
really would use that to their advantage.
Yeah, and I actually think that their sunset has looked pretty good throughout their.
भाई जब मैंने स्टार्ट करी ना अभी रिसेंट मतलब एक साल ही हुआ था, एक साल पहले ही मैंने देखी है गेम ऑफ थ्रोन्स. कब की आ रखी है तुम्हें पता है ना भाई. जो गंदी लत लगी थी मुझे भाई, गंदी लत पैंचो. सोता नहीं था मैं, सिर्फ वही देखते रहता था कंटिन्यूअस. गंदी लत लग गई थी मेरे को यार जीओटी की.
And how Jing was performing in this first map. It wasn't until round, I believe, 7 that he even got a first kill with his first kill with.
कुछ ना देखो बेस्ट है, मैं ऐसे ही था भाई, मैं ना देखता था कुछ भी. तुम्हें पता है अभी रिसेंटली मैंने मूवीज देखना स्टार्ट करी है हॉल वॉल जाके, वरना मेरी आखिरी मूवी बताऊं कब थी हॉल में? वो कौन सी हॉरर मूवी है? वो कॉमेडी हॉरर मूवी 1925 शायद, नहीं 1960. 1960 है ना वो. गांड तो उसमें भी फटी, कॉमेडी थी, बात अलग है.
They also said that they were going to take on the responsibility, carry the torch for EDG. If that torch only gets carried
1920 1920 वही आंचू वो देखी थी मैंने आखिरी बार, लास्ट जो मूवी देखी थी हॉल में. उसके बाद फिर से स्टार्ट करी मैंने. कॉमेडी तो है, बेंच गंदी मूवी भाई. कैसे बना देते हैं लोग ऐसी मूवीज?
EU's fate has always been excellent. I think the C's nade combos can add a lot into this one on top of those great combinations.
थिएटर को हॉल बोल दिया, अरे जो भी है. अब तुम बोलोगे अगर मैं चैट तुम बताओ, चलो तुम्हारी सबसे पहली मूवी हॉल में क्या थी, मैं उससे पता कर लूंगा कि तुम जेनजी के 14 हो कि नहीं. सबसे पहली मूवी हॉल में तुम्हारी क्या थी? कि सबको याद होगा ना, सबने थिएटर में मूवीज देखी होंगी, तो थिएटर में सबसे पहली मूवीज तुम्हारी क्या थी? गजनी, ये है आइस एज, 3 इडियट्स, राउडी राठौर. अरे बहन, मेरे टाइम का तो कोई भी नहीं है यार. मुन्ना भाई MBBS, ओ ये भी ठीक है. मंगल पांडे, चुप चुप के. भाई ऐसा कोई नहीं है जिसने मेरी मूवी देखी हो.
Feared because of the way they play it. They are feared because of the way they use Sage and Asuna right off the rip.
Yep. You just mentioned him. You just blessed him. Asuna finding the opening kill. Forsaken going to be taken down, and that is a lot of the attack tools here.
Iron Man
out of PRX's hands.
Rockstar Avengers. भाई shit यार.
Slow creep over.
मेरी गेस करो.
Towards a cryo.
मेरी गेस करो. चलो मैं हिंट भी दूंगा, ठीक है ना? सलमान खान की मूवी है. जिसको पता है प्लीज वो मत बताना, क्योंकि मैंने बता रखा है. सलमान खान की मूवी है. मैं हूं ना, मैं सलमान खान है. वांटेड गलत, तेरे नाम गलत. हम आपके हैं कौन गलत? भाई कैसे जीते रहा हूँ? देवदास गलत, बजरंगी भाईजान गलत. एक और हिंट चाहिए, एक और हिंट चाहिए. मैंने प्यार किया गलत, नो एंट्री गलत, बॉडीगार्ड गलत. एक और हिंट दूं?
That is something that very much PRX will do on this map. It's good awareness, but very little
Anil Kapoor
for EU to do.
Stomping, making plenty of noise here.
सलमान खान, अनिल कपूर. भाई अब तो बता देंगे यार. Shit, ये गंदा हिंट दिया मैंने. अब तो बता देंगे.
Kill of his own. PRX, they get themselves a first pistol win.
Well, and you can already see in this
शादी
round
करोगे
how
गलत.
much more
अंदाज़ अपनाना
comfortable
गलत.
PRX is on this map. you know, playing off of each other very, very well. Some
No entry,
able to
galat.
push space, get tucked in behind the box, find some big impact kills.
BV number
He is
1.
so good on this Gecko on this map. He is so destructive in ways that you just don't
BV
anticipate.
number 1.
Usually he's not a
BV
duelist,
number 1.
but he's
भाई BV number
he does.
1
He
देखी थी
basically
मैंने
does play like a
सबसे
duelist,
पहली
and
मूवी
that's what
हॉल
makes
में.
it so scary.
सोचो.
See the stack though here from 100 Thieves gambling over towards B.
सोचो
It's gonna be
पैच.
Cryo left on this side of the map. Quick clear. Couple weapons gonna be noted. Some footsteps heard. Bustio taking quite a bit of space over here.
BV number 1 बैच. हाँ ना.
Potentially backstep should a rotation come through, but right now it looks like PRX just want to full send it over to A.
Yeah, and 100 Thieves already backpedaling. See if they're actually going to go for this with the flank from Bustio. You know there's going to be open space
Toshi plays ने
because
पहले
there's no
बोला था.
Sentinel, traditional Sentinel for Paper X.
Nothing to really hold things at bay, but Forsaken is watching the angle. The creep board comes in, tries to steady for the
Good day
headshot.
और क्या
Forsaken's
तमीज़.
able to collect it all the same.
60.
Player advantage now is segment of the wall. Getting softened up. Devi actually breaks it. Once it takes
इसलिए
the
अभी
fight,
तक शादी
sends out a
नहीं
slow
हुई
orb
तमीज़
here.
से.
After shot, not going to be collecting much. Jing able to find one. Put down by Cryo.
Over aggression.
It's not going to be a flawless round, but Paper X still very much poised to close this out and
Busy
move up
agree.
2-0 to start.
Yeah, so tough now. 400 Thieves to do much more damage. But bang.
Trying to find the timing, but Forsaken. Headshot there. Off that Sheriff. Devi wanting to use these players as ult orbs. Will be able to collect the first. Forsaken gets himself a third.
कहाँ भाग रहे
Fast-track the
हो?
Rolling Thunder. 2-0 start here for Paper X.
Yeah, looking pretty clean so far. And this attacker's side, so frustrating to deal with. The desk was talking about it that, you know, you'd like to see 100 Thieves get proactive.
By a cutie.
And this would be the round to maybe do
ले आओ
that.
Watchparty के
Where
लिए.
you got the opportunity
वाह
to
भाई.
try to cut off these Paper X hits before they start. But
तमीज़
Paper
से
X has
nuclear.
so much deep utility that they can use against you as well if you try to do that. If something in Forsaken are really on point with their util, Mind Freak as well, they can kind of use that aggression against you very quickly with that utility, with those flashes. So let's see if that's what it's going to be. Yeah, they're kind of anticipating it here. Clearing that angle.
Heavy W.
And now they can turn their attention the other direction. Yeah, there's a spot, but
Clear on the cam.
They don't
Orb
care.
tap. Covering fire. Swing on the corner. Bustio able to find the one tap. Takes him down. Flash. Try to shove him back, but just a spray into the cage, and he will fall. Mind Freak caught at the same time, though. Asuna able to find him over tiles. Smoke dissipating, something still snappy, finds that headshot. Nade, investment, something comes up with a second. Forsaken gets Cryo, and now it's just bang, still rotating.
so
top
aware.
mid. Considering the wall there for a brief little moment.
ये देखो.
They lock eyes, bang.
जबरदस्ती करना
Cross over
है.
towards Alley. See if he can do some more damage, see if he can try to run this round back, but fault line locks him in place. They know where he is.
पिक लेना ही है जबरदस्ती.
You find the first couple. There is a crash on the other side, but something just going to go ahead, get the swing timing, shut it down. Another three-piece for him. And his Paper X convert the bonus.
Yeah, and you can see Bustio trying to play around that orb a little bit. Does get the first one, but then Paper X will just come at you. They know they've got him in a bad spot potentially. They're able to spray him down through the smoke. Great opening shot for him. Not able to get away. God, something that is so quick. That is absolutely ridiculous, and ready for the follow-up too. Off of those paint shells from Asuna. And that, okay, that's got Alex clapping and fired up. So he liked what he saw in that round, and I don't blame him. I do too.
I mean, a bonus conversion will still even keeping your economy very healthy. You have multiple players surviving. What's to not like is Jing shutting down Bang, trying to take some of that forward space early on. Thrash now checking across here in towards elbow. Devi scooping up the weapon. Cryo in the corner as the smoke blooms. It's going to be walling off the angle, but
That
boosted. He's up on top of it. And this could lead to some damage being dealt. Do they read this at all?
Spike planted.
Smoke going to be dissipating here soon. Just a hair, just this tiny little ledge that he has to play off of. Tries to swing in, and there you go. The headshot going to be found. Devi in the meantime, turning his sights over towards Alley. Asuna going to be dropped to swing in. Lucio trying to take some space, but the cage is not up yet. Push forward, Forsaken, hearing, sensing EU, and he's going to be able to find him. Kill comes in, Cryo. Last one to try to do some damage, but will not find it. Devi survives with 10 HP, and Paper X move up 4-0.
Yeah, phenomenal
Looking
stuff.
good, bro.
I mean,
PRX,
these
let's
dead
go,
ball hits on
baby.
A Are so tricky, 400 Thieves to deal with. Just kind of curious if they're going to go for the timeout or not, but with a showstopper
Nafpaji
available for
kidda meri
Asuna,
jaan.
maybe this is another opportunity. Try to get aggressive. However, you have the Rolling Thunder and the showstopper
First
available for
Hollywood
Paper X
movie
as well.
hall में.
So it's
मेरी
going to be
first Hollywood
a
movie
lot to
कौन सी
contest
थी?
with. And PRX has been really disciplined with their util, really disciplined about clearing every angle. You've seen a couple times where a player has tried to tuck in towards the elbow corner. It hasn't worked.
Showstoppers out on both sides.
Oh my God.
Asuna down to 53, but no damage going to be found on the opposite side. Pain Shields try to hold him at bay, take some space here in their favor. Asuna able to find one. Forsaken dead. Jing swings through, however, fights them both. Heals through to put him back up toward 100. But sight still not taken. Bang lingering over by elbow, but man advantage here for the side of PRX.
Jing read that showstopper position. He pre-fired that before Asuna came around the corner and almost got him. Dropped him down to 53 health. Unbelievable awareness. Absolutely insane. Bang in that corner once again.
Bhai,
doesn't have a paranoia to work with.
तीनों ही पे है
Back
भाई.
and forth here.
Just EU's util to back him up.
Dizzy not online. They just mosh the corner. See what they're going to try to do, but it's going to be Divide just blind facing forward. EU though looking for a timing, but Jing does not want to allow it. Third kill for him. Busiano, last one standing is Wingman leading the charge spot, and Busiano will find one, but Jing will find four.
They know they
PRX
play.
still flawlessly.
Get
moving
fucked,
upward
you
here,
fuck!
5-0 thus far. The crowd coming alive.
I think Jing's a little more comfortable on Raze.
Yeah.
Seems that way.
Something's pointing in that direction.
But that's the interesting thing about this map draft, since we are now
पहली मूवी याद
getting
नहीं
a
मुझे.
timeout, but let's look at this double kill. Oh my God.
Right before that paranoia hits.
Just great timing. But one thing I'd really like to highlight
Last
is
पता
that
है.
this is the only map where you're going to see Raze Jing. most
Last
likely.
movie पता है मुझे.
And that's
कि
I
last
think, a
कौन
really
सी
smart
देखी
map
मैंने.
draft for 100
Godzilla
Thieves.
versus Kong.
If you want to give them some credit in that regard, you know, isolating those maps just to one, where you have to worry about, you know, how good he is with that agent. You know, you can say what you want, and that's really intelligent, in my opinion. So.
Oh, याद आया कौन सी देखी मैंने. Stuart Little.
They have a Thrash of their own. They have the Neural Theft. Still have that Rolling Thunder for Forsaken. Hasn't needed to invest it yet.
I guess.
It's just been trading for PRX and just, again,
Stuart
using their
Little
utility
देखी
where
थी,
they need to,
शायद.
clearing those corners on A. And that's something this comp is so well built to do. And then, like, you have that Sage wall at the end. Once you get to that post plant, it's so difficult to deal with that.
I mean,
OG movie है भाई. OG.
1 for 1. Jing, he's already over halfway to the next one.
Yep. That's insane.
This kills the orb. Pick up for him. Just about has that one ready to go. Curious to see if we see a change up here in the setup from the side.
Excuse me.
Most of the time, PRX very much just straying away from where they suspect he's going to be, which typically is going to be on that B site. So that's why we see so many A hits.
जॉनी ब्रावो नाम कार्टून वाला, शक्ल भी कार्टून वाली होगी. बातें तो अच्छी कराओ. थोड़ा heroic type.
Tiles push for the side of PRX, looking for a little bit of space, looking for a little bit of info. Gonna leave Mind Freak on his own. He's typically gonna be that one guy who's watching the flank angles. Asuna so far forward.
Starting to work their way in towards him. They know that they've given up some forward space, but they'll spread across, but Mind Freak able to spot out. The judge is not going to be capable of doing enough.
Movement पे घर जाएगा तुम्हारा.
Zizzy goes up over the top. Confirms some presence here on the site.
What a blast pack from Jing. Unbelievable.
Push forward. Busio able to find one. Invest in neural depth. Trying to backpedal. Trying to steady the aim. Can't do it. Everybody going to be spotted out. Revealed. It's going to be recovered as they go sprinting away over towards that B site.
Pretty good start, but Forsaken just ready for Cryo to pop out of top mid. Takes him right down.
And he's ready for EU as well. Catch them, knife in hand.
Nice.
And he recovered weaponry.
Heavy reads. Heavy reads. I like it.
Forsaken has the read there. It's going to be 6-0. Not allowing for that timeout to lead to a victory, but this is the buy round now coming through for 100 Thieves.
And you still held on to that Thrash for this round. So aware somebody could be around that corner. That one way there. And then it's the satchel out and something in. Take some big kills. And then Forsaken, so smart.
Yeah, कितनी गंदी है यार chat.
Lurks from 100 Thieves.
Fuck you, man.
And that's what you need.
Fuck you.
PRX. You know that 100 Thieves is gonna be throwing everything in the kitchen sink at you at this point.
Including an attack operator here in the hands of something.
कर जाएगा.
Pain Shell out. Jing swinging out, finds Asuna. The stagnant stuck in place. The slow orb.
आपका चूतिया बनाया, मार के निकल भी गया वो.
They baited so much util out here. This is crazy good. You get one of the Thrash charges too? Oh, something though. A little bit off there.
Looking for the snappy shot, unable to find it. going to be operator now on the ground. TP across. Bang looks to try to reinforce this B site. Press, however, committed. Smoke set up to try and delay. Wall coming through. There's the reveal. Wall keeps him protected for a brief little moment here, but the eye still in a bad spot. Busio able to find one as Jing gets taken down.
What the
fuck? Across, blinds out on the multiple. Busio now fallen. The pull back. EU snapped with a headshot. Finds me. Find Freak, but cannot resteady for the second. Bang, still here.
What the fuck is just happened, bro?
Finds one. Push into the back. Divine nearly. Into the catch.
Bro, what the fuck just happened, bro?
The fuse will come in, and 100 Thieves will finally get themselves on the board here on Sunset.
And all it takes is Boostio able to react so fast to that operator. You know, a little bit of a miss from something. Just goes underneath Boostio. And that op is going to be recovered for the side of 100 Thieves. And that kind of changes the dynamic of the round because it gives enough time for the rotations to come through. It allows Bang to TP over and reinforce the site. Little things can swing around after what I thought was a great start to that round for Paper X. Obviously it was, but it's just a better response from 100 Thieves. So now they've got an op for Boostio in mid.
Yeah, hand it over.
Look at this stack on A.
We've seen how much damage Boostio can do with this in the past. Always been one of those players. Doesn't matter if he plays a sentinel role. Trusts himself, trusts his ability with the op.
I wonder if they're going to read Jing's position or they're even going to try to challenge it. Paper X expecting aggression.
Cover going out.
But this time around, 100 Thieves not going to show it. Jing with a showstopper already again. Nightfall for EU.
Lead
to a clean entry if he decides to just pull it out right here.
Left side flash stun aega.
Looks like set up here from Mind Freak. Doombot.
Oh, 4 second का stun देख.
Showstopper, the chase coming in, looking for the fault line, sends it, but he's fully blinded up and can't find anything. Nightfall now, crashing across, catching onto a couple players. And for now, it's 100 Thieves just buying themselves some space, buying themselves some time, but they're going to cut noise and then look to just drip their way back in towards A.
My ult's not ready.
Boombot jumps out, does spot one, flash in, paint shells at his feet. Asuna trying to swing out, trying to challenge, but it's going to be Bang trying to hold the line. He will fall. Still though. Quick rotate back as EU gets himself in a position to continue this contest alongside Cryo. Crash at the ready, sent around the corner, looking for the detain. But now Boostio set up on a line with that op. They cannot collect the kill. The smoke has dissipated. Jing taken down. EU still staving him off. Something. Last one standing. Gets the headshot. Brings it into a 1v1. Sends out the wingman. Nothing noted there. Trying to bait with the classic, but as he swings through, Boostio holds it down patiently, finds the kill. 100 Thieves collect the second round win.
Yeah, it's just a little bit too difficult for Paper X to get through that choke point out of A main.
Spike नहीं था क्या?
And this is the 100 Thieves game plan starting to come to fruition. Early kills going Paper X's way. There's good trading. Then as they try to progress forward to the site, they're getting cut down. And it's just kind of a bend but don't break defense there for the side of 100 Thieves. And they're starting to get a feel for how Paper X wants to play. But now you've got everybody on Paper X stacked towards B, but so is 100 Thieves.
Quick entry to market. Like, yes, and as he lands, EU finds a headshot. No damage going to be taken now. Paranoia at the ready, set. They're all in, but Forsaken, guns to 3!
मेरे को देखना है कैसे Forsaken का POV, please!
Reply from the breach, another Rolling Thunder nearly online, and once again, getting the read, knowing that EU is going to try to go for this flank. Given that they still have that op in play, and the cache hasn't been built up super well for them.
Ace.
Chanting for the ace. But I don't think that Boostio's going to try to give him the opportunity.
No, absolutely
Ace to chahiye bhai. Jason, let's go baby.
He is going to do his best.
घातक भाई.
Find a way out of this round. Obviously, Forsaken's going to want it for sure. Open the door.
Tap on.
ले ले, please ले ले.
Would give him the Rolling Thunder, the stun. In perfect position. Boostio still gets the
shit!
Denies the ace, but cannot retain the weapon. Devi gets the last one. He's still on his feet. He was happy with that one. But 7-2.
Such a perfect play, perfect read, perfect stun.
I mean, this is just one of these rounds that's just.
Hey, Jason का POV दिखाओ ना.
Jing gets shut down by EU, great. But then they try to get aggressive off this paranoia. It's a set play for Asuna and Bang.
Jason.
But it's just red. The paranoia's dodged by Forsaken. and he gets 4 kills. And I think he thought about getting up out of his seat, but Boostio's just like, I took the ace away, bro. Yeah. But now he's got a rolling thunder for his troubles. But it's an eco. We're the side of 100 Thieves. Right around the corner was Bang, but I think somewhat aware. Is Paper Rex. Cryo's going to be in that corner again.
Even भाई से बात हुई नहीं.
Oh
my god.
Swing out, can't find more. Divine getting Asuna. Flash in, still suspecting that player. Over an elbow is Busio.
करना क्या चाहते हो रे भाई?
Neural Theft is online if we can try to find a corpse.
You want to go
2v2. Busio keeps pushing up. He'll also be able to collect another weapon.
Out of charges.
Peek around the back. Bang. He's drifting in towards this. Divine still holding it. No, the timing. Bang doesn't fire. He stays quiet, but he's gotten all the info in the world. Cypher ult not necessary. Still going to be invested. Just trying to get the catch. They're pinged down. Weapon recovered. Vandal now here in the hand.
Oh my god.
And this is going to be the setup here on the wall.
Bhai.
Plant through from Divine. Forsaken with the rolling thunder.
Spike planted.
Reading this so well right now, our Paper Rex.
Right there.
They had an idea that there was going to be a player coming through mid. The wall gets cleared. Bang's going to back up off of that, throw a smoke. Maybe might be able to buy a lot of this utility out.
Double push through.
Right there.
Nothing spotted. They're still suspecting the push potentially coming in through Boba.
Boba? Market को Boba बोलते हैं?
That rolling thunder to consider.
He's got it ready. And he's going to send it. They want to just play for time. One going to be spotted there. Boostio, the ping coming out. Forsaken able to collect it. Is Bang now nothing more to do other than to try to play for some kills. And he will be able to find them, but he cannot rescue this round.
Easy for Jason.
Paper X will get to 8.
Easy for Jason, bro.
I mean, just
Boba क्या होता है? सिटी को बोबा कहते हैं? गलत वर्ड है भाई.
Catch Divide on the way out, and that might have been 100 Thieves round at that point. But then Paper X plays this so smart. Great shots here off the rip with these sheriffs. Great paranoia. And then the follow-up from Cryo, expecting the swing from Mindfreak. But Paper X plays that so nice. They use that wall.
गलत वर्ड नहीं है बताओ.
Player coming from defender spawn to buy a little bit of extra time. And then they're able to rotate back into that space.
भाई मुंबई लॉबी में अगर वो जैसी लड़की के साथ अगर मैं क्यू करूं और मैं उसको बोलूं मेरा बोबा देखो, मेरे लिए बोबा देखो, गया पे वहीं एंड एमसीपी हो जाएगी मेरी.
Oh my god.
Stun up here on the Asuna, but they can't deny him getting the ult ready. And there it is, the paranoia. It's going to be Cryo collecting the kill. Paint shells lobbed in, Boombot cleared out. A good first kill found here for the side of 100 Thieves.
And there's just a lot of util coming that direction for Paper X. They're going to spread the map.
आपका बोबा क्यों देखिए? अबे उसको बोलते हैं ना, वो पोजीशन को बोबा बोलते हैं. आज पता लगा मुझे.
Something with the
Hey, can I hold your boba for you?
Once again, challenge Boostio potentially going to clear the
camera.
Get himself an orb, get that crash going.
Yeah, I'm holding your boba, don't worry. Katam.
Rash to lead the charge, the fault line. As they look for the connection, that's going to be Boostio for now detained here on the aftershock. No, drifts away. Manages to keep himself alive. Jing hunting.
क्या language है? Valorant language है.
They've already arrived.
क्या हो रहा है भैया? Nice one, baby. चूतिया बनाया आपका. उसको लग रहा है आप ऊपर हो.
There's the tap.
No, bro.
1v1. The tap again. Boostio trying to bait him out, but Mindfreak. Cover going out. Playing this wisely. Smoke setup, swings in. But it's a bit too early, and Boostio stands his ground. 100 Thieves will find a third.
Oh, Mindfreak.
Nice try.
Usually so good in those situations, but Boostio better this time. And this looked like it could go either way. In the middle of that round, I was just on a knife's edge. So many huge kills. Forsaken finding.
You know what he tried?
The back of that dizzy.
वो smoke करके.
Mindfreak, that first one so good, but just gets a little bit ahead of this smoke timing.
उसने सही करा. उसने दिमाग लगाया Mindfreak ने. उसने smoke ऊपर की तरफ करा so that इसके लिए वन वे बन जाए. लेकिन इसने सिर्फ एक माइक्रो सेकंड पहले पिक कर लिया. ये क्या लाइनअप है?
Mosh over the top in towards Boba. Just a cam setup in B.
क्या बोल रहे हो, मरवाओगे यार। तो मेरी भी आदत लग जाएगी बोबा।
Jing forward, taking space. Dizzy not spotting anything. They know that the site is there as the cam has been cleared out.
Literally इसको बोबा बोलते हैं क्या? Heavy wordings यार, right?
This down. This is going to be really difficult to clear.
Crash going to be coming through, but they're able to clear it out. And Cryo dead. Forsaken putting that aftershock on him while he's channeling the ult. Finds that elimination. Sees the nade. Asuna able to find one. Forsaken down solo on HP. EU finds Jing. Bounce up over the top. Forsaken holding his ground. Able to find one now. Mind Freak. Once again in the 1v1.
Please.
Just waiting, spotting. Asuna is trying to challenge. Mind Freak still given the time of day. He's given these opportunities. Just trying to poke and prod for this headshot. Asuna trying to run him down. Swing onto the corner. He cannot find it. Mind Freak cannot get the clutch. The fuse going to be coming through, and it's going to be 8-4 at the half, much like we saw on Breeze.
No, Mind Freak.
Just kind of an awkward position there for Mind Freak. Trying to challenge that, but Crosshair was just a little bit off. Some of these swings, usually he's so steady in those shots. That EU shot was ridiculous.
Nasty from him.
Absolutely insane. I mean, Forsaken collecting 3 kills, trying to hold the line on the side, but oh my. All right, well, I think that's a pretty good recovery here for 100 Thieves, even though it was, you know, everything you could want from PRX.
A decent SA. Have a couple more rounds to try to run back. Let's go ahead and take a look at Devi in our Omen player moment.
Obviously, I'm happy that we won, but also I'm kind of.
But इसके पास ult भी थी, back side ult मार सकता था.
EDG.
जैसे वो push कर रहा था ना, वो ult मार देता back side.
Deeper together, you know, and also their
But play of the day होता वो.
I think when it comes to Valorant and when it comes to EDG, I think he has to play around Kang because when he's online, it's a disaster, you know. I mean, EDG is a great team, and our losses against G2 kind of like a wake-up call for us. And by winning this match, probably kind of like a needed momentum, I would say, for us.
Early thrash to clear out Haodong here. And they've got him surrounded once more. Really good utilities. I don't think that, Paranoid connected, but it doesn't matter. What was that? Weaponry on the other side is just not enough as Jing continues.
Who's that, brother?
I think having Jing back again definitely increased the chemistry, but
market ult कर सकता था, backside ult कर सकता था, बहुत जगह ult कर सकता था भाई वो.
But hopefully, coming to next matches, we will be more fit, I would say. I think this year so far is definitely better than last year. I mean, for my personal performance, I would say, and hopefully from now on, it's gonna be even better, you know.
It's been a solid performance from Devi thus far, doing his job, locking off angles with this Sage. Have a clear lead, up by 4 are PRX, but 100 Thieves certainly not out of this as they ship their way over onto the attack.
Yeah, no doubt about it. A lot of good things for PRX at the start of that. Forsaken has 21 kills in a half.
It's been a time.
It's been a time for him, and it's great to see him come alive. You know, the guy has been on so many international stages, given us so many insane moments throughout the years. Obviously, that ace at Madrid is on everyone's mind, but it was a rough start for him to this event, and him picking up steam is scary. 400 Thieves, and a B hit. A lot of space has to be given up. Maybe divide challenges through the smoke, but no, Mind Freak doing a little bit of damage, but he's stuck in that corner.
Okay, not deep enough to really find too much damage. Swing out, Mind Freak snapped with a headshot. It's a better Vasana this time around. Bang, finding another. The push forward fearlessly here is 100 Thieves. But something, swinging back, playing off of that fault line, is able to find one. Swing out from Boostio, taken low, taken down, Forsaken, finding himself a 22nd kill. C's not going to connect.
One enemy remaining.
Taken down, EU, snappy with it, and it all comes down to Forsaken. See if they can find a second pistol round win here on this map. But as he pushes the smoke, both players are facing, and that's going to be 100 Thieves starting things off as necessary.
Yeah, it's just everybody just trying to back each other up for PRX, and 100 Thieves just gets the better of the trades. That's all there is to it. They're able to take that space early. You know, the defenses were stacked towards A for PRX in terms of their initiators and the big util to kind of stall out these hits. And it's just one for ones. And then at the end, PRX has the disadvantage, 2-1.
Nice!
So that's huge.
Got the tape, cut the tape. 3 sheriffs now. PRX taking some very forward space here in mid, utilizing that smoke and paint shells to keep Boostio off the angle. Peeking towards tiles, but now they rotate back across. So they want to be able to take this B side. Forsaken just getting spammed. Down to 52 HP. Deep blinker there from Boostio. Paint shell now, ready to come out. The Dizzy, getting the connection, the C's through, and there's the flood. Asuna taking him down with a stinger. 2 kills for him. Jing down to his sliver, cleaned up quickly. Asuna with a 3K, fast tracking that showstopper. Now just 2 rounds separating.
Yeah, seeing some good util out of EU on this
लोहे
map.
को लोहा काट सकता है, W को W ही काट सकता है. क्या बोलते हो guys?
And that's kind of one of the big important changes that 100 Thieves made. Well, the big important change that 100 Thieves made coming into Sunset for this event. And EU's been really, at times, on point. It was tough in the first half. It was rough sledding for a lot of that map, if we're just being honest. But here, he's starting to get online. He's starting to kind of get comfortable, finding good timings, helping his teammates out, setting up Asuna.
Quick clear on the Jizzy, but Mind Freak having to give up some space. Smoke's just going to be sent, but Boostio scaling his way up in towards mid. Cam, not getting the dart to connect, but still.
अनुराग भाई बढ़िया कैसे? क्या हाल है अभिषेक भाई?
Cam wasn't
Entry coming through, but Mind Freak. There's Paranoid able to find that kill. Asuna going to be taken down, but now Boostio strikes, works his way in through market, finding one. Vault line going to be sent to try to slow up that approach. Mind Freak is watching the spike for now.
Boostio still in that market position. Cryo takes down Mind Freak.
Finds a headshot, but does eat a little bit of damage. 3v3 now, but swing onto the backside. Divine fighting, finishing the job onto the get, coming up Boostio. Oh, making it close, Forsaken. Last one surviving with 5 HP. PRX. They will stop the bonus conversion, but very narrowly so.
And is aware of some of these lurks, as PRX was in that first half. They're starting to kind of lose their heads a little bit. They're not accounting for some of the space that they're giving up, as well as I'm sure Coach Alex would like. And it just barely is around going PRX's way. Forsaken with a sliver of health left, able to get another important round for PRX. The buy a little bit weak for the side of 100 Thieves in terms of having to go for a Bulldog, but rifles otherwise for the rest of the players on both teams. One ult, and that's the neural theft for Boostio. Once again, mid-space given up. Not going to be able to be contested just yet. Now, something thinking about it.
Hit around here from Jing, but something with a nice shot. Peeks in towards tiles, does find Bang. Smoke's now eliminated, but Boostio still in a very far forward position. Smoke set up to try to stave off A, but once again, 100 Thieves just wanting to drift over towards this B site. They say, well, you don't have a Cypher.
But we have a wall.
They do, but the wall will only stand for so very long, as Boostio going to be noted here in mid. Dizzy over the top, able to get that blind, but no one in position to try to go for a counter swing, so he will get his way out to safety. Sights turned over here towards market. The jump up over the top and Divide, able to shut down Asuna. Striking, finding something in Cryo. Picks up Mind Freak. 3v3 is again the Decay going to be coming in, but they're able to clear out the Thrash, so Divide for now still going to be safe.
Neural theft could come through here. Boostio on a late lurk.
Very late, shifting his way over in towards Bo, but the weapon going to be drawn out 5 HP. It might not matter if he finds the perfect timing. Just waiting, finds the first one, no! Forsaken somehow surviving. Boostio still finding value, and now he's 1 HP. And it's not going to be enough, cannot find the headshot. EU collecting the last 2 kills as 100 Thieves.
भाई एक्सपेक्ट क्यों नहीं कर रहे भाई बूस्टियो को लर्क में जब मिड पे वो स्पॉट हुआ था ए हिट करने से पहले
and it barely able to win out that battle. Something got the first, he gets the second. That opens up the space for him. Go on this lurk and just completely throw this into disarray. Mind Freak as well goes for a swing out of market to try to disrupt 100 Thieves and has no backup, no support after Divide got that kill. Thought he could maybe catch him off guard, but 100 Thieves so aware. Just like we saw with PRX on their attacker side, I'm seeing a lot of really good things from 100 Thieves in terms of awareness, where players could be and when they could be, right like that.
Yeah, just ready for that swing out. Quick shutdown, something with the Sheriff, not going to be able to get anything done now. The Neural Theft going to be coming through. 100 Thieves not wanting to give them the opportunity here for that thrifting. Ping out everybody's positions to push forward up into the smoke. Front line coming across. Lucio stunned up a little bit, but covering fire was available here from EU. Now just sending out the Prowler. Spike now planted. Triple push in towards mid. Divine, the first to fall. Looking for Mind Freak, can't quite find it. Headshot's gonna be good. But still, a 3v4. Jing does have a Spectre, but they swing up. That paranoid timing. Great, and Asuna up over the top. Judge in hand, looks to stave them off. Jing spraying, finds one. Want to peek in. Asuna good for the second one, looks for the third. It's gonna be Busio collecting it as the paint shells fly. Now just one round from tying things up. 100 Thieves. So very close from getting themselves back into the driver's seat.
And now you have so many ults and one away from the Rolling Thunder for Forsaken. Pivotal round potentially in this map, in this match. Who knows? With the way that 100 Thieves is starting to play.
Something was boosting.
The good news here for PRX is you've done some damage economically to them. You've been able to keep them from being able to go for full rifles. They have to go for a judge, but Asuna has that showstopper, so does Jing. Have the Nightfall for EU. Have a res, you have a thrash for something. What can PRX do? Starting to contest a little bit.
आकाश भाई बढ़िया था
डिलीट
कर दिया मैसेज पर बढ़िया था आकाश भाई मेरे को अच्छा लगा पढ़ के मजा आया आकाश भाई आपको टाइम आउट भी मिला 3 सेकंड का पर बढ़िया था बढ़िया था
Spike drop and wall segment going to be broken. Quick pick up here. Cease just sent to see if he gets a catch.
He's expecting the res from Devi. That's why the wall came up to try to see if they could get it. But they're going to have to pull off for now. Maybe he can double back and go for it, but
look at this.
देख ही नहीं सकते तुम उसको टाइम आउट मिला है.
They have to be aware. Forsaken holding forward. Does he have this read? No. No, he does not. It's an easy kill delivered here by Bang, who turns back to find his second. Jing cannot get the punish.
Bye.
Well, yes, the res is available. Just bringing somebody back in to a 2v3. Divine not wanting to take the time to try to go for it. This continues on his way, but this trap wire just holds him back.
That's a save.
Nothing more to be done. Just has to save. 100 Thieves. They're going to tie things up at 9-9.
They're just all over the map. I mean, they're so difficult to keep a read on.
Now,
they're willing to take their time a little bit, kind of poke and prod, find those picks that open up the space, start maneuvering through the map. And Bang doing a great job using all that attention towards B main to find a timing, to slip the net.
कितने फ्लैंक से मर रहे हैं?
And completely backstab PRX and ruin this round and tie it up at 9. Unbelievable.
Double initiator.
Such solid work here from the side of 100 Thieves. From 8 and 4 at the half to only giving up one round thus far.
To
this defense from PRX.
Nope.
The economy still shattered. Full ultimates, but can they get into position to try to invest them? So far, the answer has been no. It's going to be a timeout call here from PRX, wanting to assess what they have in the arsenal.
Well, they do have a lot in the arsenal in terms of ults. Their economy is not great. That's a huge problem. But, I don't know, is this going to be one of those rounds where kind of just Alex lets PRX off the leash? He says, you guys just go nuts. Just do what you do. You know, are we going to see one of those kind of classic Jing tile hits where he satchels in and pops the showstopper and goes crazy, and then they're all just kind of flooding in behind him
भाई का पिछू फ्लैट हो गया लगता है इतना बैट
trying
बैट
to just really disrupt whatever 100
हर
Thieves
2
wants
सेकंड
to
में उठ
do.
जाते हैं.
They don't look comfortable. 100 Thieves has really got a good read on this attacker side on how to dissect the PRX defense.
क्या ले rewash GG भाई.
Find favorable openings. 100 Thieves is able to turn it on its head.
Alex के बारे में कुछ बोलो.
Great job reading the map.
कुछ नहीं.
Keeping track of PRX players and where they could be for the most part.
Table तोड़, पलंग तोड़.
So important.
सब गलती तब से चालू हुई जब से होने से.
2 Bulldogs, the Phantom, 2 Guardians.
बदसुलीकी की थी. मोनी से क्या
available for 100 Thieves on the opposite side.
Game show मजामा यश.
That could absolutely come into play here in this round.
Yeah. I mean, look at where they're playing. Look at what 100 Thieves is doing. They expect something like what I was just talking about, a mid-hit or some kind of quick, aggressive combo play. But PRX is also just being patient. They're also wondering if maybe the showstopper and a Nightfall potentially are going to come through to counter it. So they have to be kind of wary of popping their ults. They can't just go for it willy-nilly. Because 100 Thieves has shown tremendous reaction to what PRX wants to do. And they have to just be really cautious about mid. Make sure they understand the space that they give up without a traditional Sentinel. Don't have a lot of map control with PRX, so much of it relies on those retakes, on those abilities to get those opening kills, control space on the map.
Okay, Shell out. Quick little blast pack board here from Asuna, the haunt reveal, finding Jing, he's stuck into the corner. Showstopper for Showstopper, he goes out, and Asuna goes down! Jing outdoing him once again, the heal now coming through with the Divide, tries to keep healthy. Rolling Thunder crashing across, Busio. Looking into the corner, but Forsaken gonna be taken down, now Divide dead. Jing finds himself a second, but Cryo eliminates him. Crash onto the corner, cannot get detained. The creep forward, the headshot.
What just happened, bro?
It's something now with the 1v3. Spots the first, clears the camp, gets himself a second, but Busio is still alive. Taking them over the line and getting them up to 10.
What a start, but they can't convert. PRX, you know, Jing's so good at Raze. And this looks like maybe they're gonna have a chance off a brilliant play. Brilliant satchling again from Jing to give himself the better angle with that showstopper. But a 3v1, not much something can do there, even with some phenomenal shooting with the Guardian.
Tell yourself that.
I felt it was a little bit close.
This half, overall though, has not been.
No.
PRX just struggling to find value. Last pack forward, space gonna be taken. Jing wanting the challenge. Up over the top though, Asuna for a brief little moment. Paint Shell's now gonna be flying on both sides. Jing just has to backpedal here onto the site. It's gonna be a util dump off the rip here from both of these squads as, well, things get slowed down a little bit more, but Cryo makes the orb thrash online.
And I'm seeing good things here from PRX. They're taking space in B main. They're watching mid. They're making sure that they're trying to account for these lurks. It's a bit of a slowdown from 100 Thieves.
Lucio knows what he's given over.
Get something though.
You can get the timing here on to Bang. Would be monstrous, and he's able to find it. Lucio reading that lurk might have come through, but Jing delivering one on the opposite side. Asuna swung out wide. Able to win that fight. Rez is available, but not in a position where they want to try to commit the wall here. But Forsaken will just swing the corner and take out two. Lucio now last one alive as PRX look to tie it at 10-10.
Unbelievable. How is Forsaken coming up with stuff like that, moments like this? That is so snappy with the Vandal.
30 seconds left.
He's just incredible at times, but this is much better overall from a big picture's perspective. Yeah.
Wide swing out. Gun down. The 10-10. PRX keeping us tied up, keeping things close.
But again, the important things are the way that
Jason Baba ne bacha liya.
Making sure that if there's a lot of attention at A early,
भाई इतना गंदा हार्ट पेन देते हैं ना ये एलेक्स भाई जॉब छोड़ के रहेंगे मेरे को लग रहा है
uses that to get that opening pick, kind of send
heavy भाई उसका बीपी हाई रहता होगा भाई एलेक्स का गेम के बाद देखना तुम
and PRX capitalizes on that. You know, the more chaos that PRX can create, the better. That is absolutely where they thrive. Let's see what 100 Thieves wants to do. Set, execute.
PRX getting something tucked in behind here. Gets across that slow orb. Two players. Something hearing a little bit of noise. The thrash going to be coming in. He tries for the timing and he finds it. Too cleaned up, but something still in a very committed position. The Mosh going to be coming through. He gets seized, stuck in place. Dizzy out, cleared, but Divide on the flank, finding Bang, keeping this Gecko protected. Wingman to try to lead the charge, to push forward. As the smoke comes in, something drifting around the back. Busio cleared out, and something finds the third.
भाई कब गया वो?
मुझे
पता ही नहीं लगा.
Not going down without a fight. They reestablish a lead.
I thought maybe.
I guess camera नहीं लगाया था,
read that off the way Divide played it at the front of that door. The way that he cleared the threat, or was trying to clear some of that utility, cleared the Dizzy, but something was anticipating the thrash around that corner and struck at the perfect moment. When we get to watch it,
भाई थोड़ा ये
from Uncle Aim's perspective,
भांग पी के बैठे ये कास्टर्स भी हाँ.
covered very
Divide on the
nicely
lurk
for
बोलता है.
something.
ए साइड से मारा है Divide ने. मैं भी सोचूं बैंक इतनी जल्दी लर्क कहाँ से आ गया? वो भी Divide का.
And now 100 Thieves is going to take a timeout. They know that this may be slipping a bit. They had a real opportunity to potentially shut the door on PRX.
On top.
Mercedes-Benz Arena.
भाई heavy heart में वो हो रहा है दग.
And get this half under control again.
Final timeout call from the side of 100 Thieves. PRX
Flash fake और भागा.
In the bank.
Insane cover दिया. Insane भाई.
Wishy-washy from both of these squads here in the second half. 100 Thieves decide to put together Neural Theft Online.
एलेक्स भाई आराम से बात करो, ऐसे सिचुएशन में प्लेयर्स से आराम.
Boostio's been having a map himself. 22 kills right now.
It's been a big battle between these IGLs.
Man could frag.
Guys, can we have some likes यार? Guys, थोड़ा minimize करके, minimize नहीं, screen को छोटी करके like ठोक दो यार. क्या कर रहे हो?
As that Cypher saw it on Breeze as well, so certainly something to consider. And look at this stack from PRX. They are doing the firing squad from top mid.
Here we go again. Wall boost up. Outlaw in hand here for Forsaken, but stripped down. Creep up here. The tiles from Boostio. Jing challenging and finds it. Opening kill here for PRX as they look to get themselves up to 12.
Still got those players up there. Now they're going to start dropping down. Devi's going to remain a bit longer, but eventually will hop off of the wall himself.
कुछ भी प्लेस बनाते थे.
Goes on a bit of a walkabout.
भाई बहुत sneaky.
Just a stinger in hand for him. Couple rifles though, EU and Bang.
Rat plays दवाई यार, rat plays.
Right now, PRX has them pretty well corralled. It's a matter of keeping control of these angles, winning some of these duels.
तुमने देखा?
Or these 2v1s.
Flash.
Spotting him out, but Bang already softened up down to 85.
भाई यो ना मानता भाई ये PRX वाले मजाक से हटके पीक तो करेंगे.
Not gonna be able to intercept anybody though, as Wingman doesn't go deep enough to reveal Asada's position. So for now, something only person on this side of the map, but everyone starts working their way forward. Jing ready for it, gets the catch. Something not quite ready for Cloud to swing out, but Jing gets himself another kill. The blast back forward, a headshot.
बोल रहा हूँ ना, ना मानते PRX वाले भाई.
Okay.
ऐसे गोटे मुंह में वाला गेम भी चल रहा होगा ना, तब भी भाई heavy confidence है इनको अपने aim पे, heavy. क्या बोलते guys?
And they're finally coming online. Jing winning a very important battle out in the open there. And then the classic Jing blast back in your face and have immaculate crosshair placement after the recovery. It's unbelievable. Something as an op, an outlaw for Forsaken. Half armors for most of 100 Thieves.
4 ults here from the side of PRX. The shows are already in play, and something sniping Asuna out of the sky. Thrash now to flush them out, force them back away from
Icebox ने Nav और Bro को time put क्यों दिया? Very realistic.
Wants to creep up, knows that if he can find a kill, gets a neural theft, revealing the rest of the squad. Forsaken just going to be backpedaling, tucked away into the corner.
Map control firmly for PRX. They immediately shifted positions to watch mid, to watch for the reflank.
दोगेश भाई तमीज से.
Doing a great job clearing their positions, but it looks like it is going to be potentially a B hit. The forces of 100 Thieves are continuing to stack in this direction.
भाई दिमाग वाला भाई Forsaken.
TP to check over towards A. Cancelled. Going back in. The Thrash built back up. On the hunt into the corner, does get cleared out, but it sees all. Forsaken finds the shot. EU dead. Haunt reveal might not matter much at all. Wingman leading the charge, not going to be cleared out. Plan's still going to be through, but now taken down is Forsaken.
Yeah!
It's everything we wanted.
Yeah, let's fucking go, bro. GG.
Delivered. Brought to you by PRX.
Jason, you savior, motherfucking fuck. Let's go, bro.
And give us an Icebox.
13-10, still close. 100 Thieves have
100% on style points. PRX.
Don't go anywhere.
Alex भाई थोड़ा BP की दवाई लो, chill मारो. Style points 100% for PRX. Let's go, baby. कौन बोल रहा था भाई? 315 एयरपोर्ट. कोई बोल रहा था ऐसा? गाली दो. कौन बोल रहा था 315 एयरपोर्ट? गाली दो guys. भाई ड्रेक के गाने कैसे चल रहे हैं? हमारा तो घर जाएगा. What the fuck? लाइक करोगे guys? Come on guys. थोड़े लाइक्स हो जाते तो thanks. मेरी जान क्या हाल है अदील भाई? Icebox वाला 100 strong है. Next क्या Icebox है? Fuck, Icebox है भाई 100 थी बहुत कांड फाड़ है बे Icebox में डर लग रहा है मुझे क्या बोलते हैं ड्रेक नहीं है आवाज तो वैसे थी ये नहीं ये कौन है ड्रेक थी पहले वाला इस दिलमेशन एलिमिनेशन यस लोअर ब्रैकेट एलिमिनेशन अपने मैप पर इतना क्लोज गया फिर आइसबॉक्स 100 थीव्स ले जाएगी एयरपोर्ट वेटिंग एरिया का नाम है ओ हाँ क्या सही में सोचो अगर ये रखते राइट वाले एयरपोर्ट वेटिंग एरिया का नाम हैवी टॉक्सिक यार करने में क्या जा रहा है बकचोदी के लिए You feeling me, bruh? 9 to 5 was putting in the work when I was jobless. Couldn't get the Ray-Bans and it hurt, but now my optics. Can't believe I take a look around, they send it. पता नहीं रे संचित तो दिक्कत नहीं है आजकल लोग स्टाइल कॉपी करते हैं ड्रेक के जैसे बट ट्रैविस स्कॉट ऑन अनदर लेवल ब्रो सांप बड़ा हो जाए पक्का खाना खा लूंगा मेरा सब पड़ा इतनी देर से Let's eat.
What a response from PRX there on Sunset. I'm your host, Su. I've got Mimi and Kakuka with me once again. You know, after map 1, we know if there was any map that PRX make a comeback on, it was Sunset.
It's their best map for a reason. I mean, their attacking side on this map is just so tough to deal with. I think 100 Thieves honestly had the right read by trying to go for forward aggression in A main and deny these executes. But their protocols to take that space are just so damn good.
Exactly. At some point, we even saw 100 Thieves just put in 4 people to defend this side, tried to deal with that aggression, but the way that the Vi was using this lows, it's so weird. Like the responses, time after time, the setups are so strong that for them, and the way that PRX plays with the time and how they want to take this A side, it was just too easy for them.
Yeah, once they have this space in A main, I think they do a really good job of finding the time to reset, get that second wave of Dizzy online for something, and then these late executes are just so strong. Jing had a great resurgence on this map. I think his entries on A were absolutely critical. And once they're in the post plants, I mean, playing against the Sage is just a nightmare.
Yeah, exactly. And time after time, we saw this. But then at the end, they started to test a little bit on with B. We saw that 100 Thieves also put Boostio to just defend that side by himself. But even the aggression then come onto mid, right? And all of that adaptation that 100 Thieves had, it was worthless.
They had a chance though, right? They made it really difficult for PRX.
Yeah, I mean, it was a big fake comeback. I mean, their second half was pretty good for 100 Thieves, really starting to put something together there. But again, PRX at the end of the day on their defense, their retakes are really good with this comp. The Sage also helps out with that one a lot. I think the biggest reason that 100 Thieves started to come back was these really slow mid rounds and taking advantage of, again, the lack of a
Love you part of mid timeout
and when we see something come to life, we see that all the pressure that they were putting onto B and how PRX could not deal with it, and then you just put something either on a very crazy position supported by the Vi, or then with the operator, and then
good and dirty work for me. Mods bhi अच्छे हैं आकाश भाई.
Towards the end of the game, and speaking of ridiculous, it's time for our high price reflex moment of the day, and it is the 4K
T-Bone से बहुत प्यार करता है. कोई मेरे से बहुत प्यार करता है.
These two kills are crazy. This one
तो
is mind
समझ रहे हो?
The Vi doesn't even.
तो कोई और बोले तो उनको पसंद नहीं आता.
Good old David, but yeah, it's so good to
their
see
duty, man.
the difference between what we saw in
it's not that they're bumches.
then compared to this one. Forsaken, time after time, his utility was one of the reasons why it was so easy to get into the site sometimes, or why so many duels were going in favor of PRX.
I can't believe that's how that ace got shut down too. Busio stunned no-scoping with the op, but a massive turnaround from Forsaken. He's been great on their Sunset. Last Sunset game, they played at Masters. He was fantastic, and he shows it again here. Not only is his util impactful, but the late round performances from this guy are just sublime. He continues to prove why he's the do-it-all man for PaperX.
My question is, Mimi, can he scale this performance even more
high and middle finger to these boomjay mods.
I think he'll
keep playing
consistently
for no reason.
Even if it's like 2/3 of that, I think that could be enough to kind of keep this momentum up for PaperX and wait for some of these other players to start to come online.
Yeah, especially because the last map is Icebox, right? And we saw what Gen G did against 100 Thieves. Yes, that day one for 100 Thieves, it was most beautiful Icebox I've ever seen. It's good that they're going to be starting on the defense, and probably they still have a very good chance of turning this around. But PaperX has a lot to learn about what Gen G was doing in that map, with the extra aggression, with the unpredictability, and actually shutting down the early round for them.
Yeah, I don't know how convinced I am of PaperX's Icebox. We haven't seen them play it yet here at Masters Shanghai, but they're playing kind of the old default comp with the KO in the mix there. I really think that 100 Thieves comp actually plays quite well into it, especially with a defense-sided start. This double scan Gecko comp is super good at playing these proactive flood retakes, at fighting back into them. I think they actually have a lot of utility that can overwhelm PaperX, more similar to what we saw on map number 1 of Breeze, where the team play was completely outclassing the PRX individuals.
And just remember, we're going to be focusing on those duels time and time again. It's going to be about isolating them, about denying the trade time after time. If we think about that first Icebox, again, denied the plan. The spike cannot go down, and that retake situation should not even come into question.
But if PaperX can get a good attack side going on this map and come out favorable in the half, I think there is a really good chance for them to close out. Their players are hot after that Sunset win. I think the coordination was looking good in that map as well. I mean, people have reason to be confident in this team, as we're seeing in this poll.
I think that all the 100 Thieves fans are watching Tarek probably. They might not be in our chat spamming away for
Or they're sleeping.
Yeah, or they're sleeping. But as you guys can see, PaperX, wherever they go, they just overwhelmingly have the fans' heart. But this is the thing, though. 100 Thieves are not a team that's just going to lay down and let it run over them. Even on Sunset, Kukuka, they could have very well closed this out 2-0.
Oh, yeah, exactly. They were very, very close, and maybe a little bit less of adaptation, and actually PaperX stepping up and being extremely comfortable in the map. Even though it's a composition that we do not see that often, they know it to a T, and they know where their strengths and the lacks are in that department. Now, moving on to Icebox and having more of a standard composition, we need to see the face of PaperX that demonstrates us that they're not just a crazy team. It's not about the crazy compositions, but running and catching you off guard.
Watch them lock in another race.
Wild card. I actually would be not that surprised if we did see a comp change coming out from them. I think Icebox has a lot of comp diversity right now. I think even playing the Reyna is not unreasonable, and I might actually like that for PaperX. Maybe. Yeah, I'd like to see it. I think Gecko's excellent on Icebox.
Yeah, I love the Gecko stage as well. I don't know if that's something they would kind of lean into, because whenever they make those changes, right, it's not like the initiators that we're surprised about. It's always the random duelist, double duelist pick.
And generally it is something that is kind of like a reasonable one-for-one slot. You don't see these like last-minute massive comp changes quite as often for a team like PRX.
Yeah, and let's also think about Jing, right? On the first map, he didn't have quite the performance. On the second one, he actually had very, very important rounds. Now, on this last one, we expect him to be playing on the stage and just playing a little bit more supportive. Of course, it has to be a big task for him to even get the spike down on the attack.
Well, it looks like they're not going to make any changes.
No, PaperX going back to the standard that we've seen them play in Pacific here. Something on the Jet in a head-to-head against Cryo. That's the matchup to watch in this one. If something can get into the backlines of these sites, fight forward and stop 100 Thieves from playing the retakes they want to, that's a key to victory.
At the beginning of the day, we were talking about Asuna, how he has been in this team for the longest time. And in the match that they had against Gen G, his performance
why do they have to play
brilliant.
Sage? Double initiator लो ना, so what चाहिए इस map
if
में?
100 Thieves wants to stay in the tournament.
Of course, this is elimination we're talking about, and map 3. Let's find out which #1 seed moves forward to the Mercedes-Benz Arena and send it back to Achilles and
Why no Gecko?
Thank you very much. It all comes down to this one last map that is to see which one of these top seeds is staying in the tournament, which one gets to play in that arena in front of thousands of fans, and which one will be going home with their tournament lives cut short.
The pressure is on. Plenty of looks for both of these squads at each other and how they play this map. So you have to think that maybe this is going to be another very back and forth. But really, I'm curious to see what PaperX can do against this stalwart defender side that 100 Thieves has shown us at times. They're so difficult to displace on things like backside B, Bang hanging back there. So good right outside of green. Things like that make it so challenging, but Gen G was able to find success. Gen G was able to break through some of those defenses of 100 Thieves. Can their Pacific brethren also find that success? Or will it be 100 Thieves stabilizing and sending another NA team to the Mercedes-Benz Arena?
Lucio for now just sat here. It's out of two. Poison Orb gonna be coming up. Start inching their way forward. So tucked back here for a brief little moment. Something fearlessly moving forward. Clear out onto the turret for now. Makes a little bit more noise to push up in the kitchen. Tries to get the adjustment, but cannot. Lucio will be traded out very quickly as the Dart able to get the reveal. Wall now raised up, but Cryo down here below the window, able to find one. Mindfreak gonna be taken out for taking down to 12. Wall segments potentially being broken. Cryo slipping, the net swings up. Jing able to readjust, finds that kill. Looks for another one. Catches the shoulder, turns back over towards EU. Damage not found, tries to go for the wide swing, but now it's all on Devi. He can't make it happen. 100 Thieves start things off with the pistol win once more.
And it's the information game that wins 100 Thieves this round. The initial turret contact, there's no back off from PaperX. And then they're gonna get the spot with the Sova util as well. And just everybody is able to completely swarm and smother PaperX inside the kitchen. There's no cooking to be done here for PaperX. They tried what they could, but not able to get through. Bustio is already so fired up there. Just never letting go of that energy that he has. It's incredible. There is going to be the Marshal for Devi, actually.
Swing out, something going to be dealt with as Cryo collects two. A little bit of damage found onto the Jet, but still much hotter start here from Cryo. You think back to them playing versus Gen G just yesterday. It took a long time for him to get on the board, but Jing pushing forward, classic in hand, is able to find one, but Cryo gets himself a third. Still alive, still fighting back.
Yeah, nice little attempt at a bait and switch on Belt for PaperX. Trying to use that Jet. You'd think that normally that'd be the player with the Marshal. Devi tried to swing out. Didn't really get much. Forsaken able to collect it. And that's a shot ring out into the box in front of him, but
trying to disguise the drop down.
Yeah.
Now spotted. ADS here from Asuna. Gonna be good for one. Cryo will be put down. Second elimination found for PaperX, but Forsaken not gonna be able to find any more value here. Two players lost, but weapons can be picked up. 100 Thieves not really losing out on much.
हमें गाइस सुनने में आ रहा है चैट में लफड़ा हुआ कौन है वो मैं ठीक कर देता हूँ रजत भाई everyone is on the same page now. आकाश भाई थे आकाश भाई Mods और आकाश भाई same page. बाकी है कोई बमचे आ रहे हैं watching का RR कर रहे हैं धर लो उन्हें रजत भाई Jump. Now you
have an operator to deal with. That round 3 op that Cryo loves to grab.
Devi with an outlaw.
Yes, but only 2 players with half armor for the side of 100 Thieves.
Slow Orb tried to deny these tanks, they know.
Fado, you are an epitome of reliability, embodying unthunting Vatu and the setting of exemplary paragliding for all the emulators. Thanks, Guru Bhai.
Already moving into position.
That was some touching words, bro.
Couple nanos.
I mean, look at this forward push here from Bang all the way up.
Yep.
In front of Garage.
Sutil has to be so good.
Touching words.
Players out of the back of sight.
That's right. There's a Dizzy. Asuna not going to be spotted. Tucks himself over onto the right-hand side behind the box. And Forsaken is just getting ripped to pieces. Taken down. Something able to reply back onto one as he will fall. But now, 2 kills. The feed just explodes. 2v3 and something tagged down to 35. Bang going to be noted. The turret cleared out. He's up over the top. Does a little bit of damage, but decides to tuck back. Seems like maybe they just want a 2v1 face.
Go to touching
Guru,
get rid
of this flanker.
Love you, yaar.
Maybe to readjust. They do have 40 seconds to spare, but how low they are. How unknown Bang is playing.
GG lag raha hai collect these. Sorry to say, but
it's going to be really tough, especially with the outlaw for Devi.
30 seconds.
Tap on the plant, the swing out. Devi able to note it. Into the back, gets a tag onto one. cannot find that kill. Right now about to be committed to. Push forward, Busio able to find it. Now it is all on Devi, and he just doesn't have the space. He doesn't have the sight lines here. Making noise, Bang knows exactly where he's at. He's just gonna hold for this one. The round getting away from PaperX. He'll do a little bit of additional damage, but the defuse will come in. It's gonna be a bonus conversion for the side of 100 Thieves.
Yeah, just looking so good on this defense. As soon as they're expecting to hit, they're able to counter with some great utility. EU getting the spot on the Forsaken makes him an easy target. The flash, Asuna playing behind that box.
क्या सीन है छाबरा?
Last position.
दारू ज़्यादा पी ली कल?
Bustio swinging in right as the plant goes down, knowing that he can wait it out, knowing that they've got both the players of PaperX completely isolated. He'll bang their
छाबरा बोल रहे हैं
so that
3 की
outlaw
KD
wasn't
है
able
इनकी PUBG में,
to
क्या
get
बोलना
that kill
चाहोगे?
off the one shot.
मुबलेल की बात कर रहे हैं, मुबलेल की, नादिम भाई.
Carry over here as Orb. This time going to be snatched up.
Emulator का 14 है वो.
Moving forward is Dash at the ready. Mosh trying to hold him at bay. Unable to push in, really pass pipes. Zasana again tucking in behind the box. Ball gets raised. Zasana going to be good for one, but Forsaken able to flush him out. Potentially a weapon recovered. Looks like maybe just a little bit too risky of a position as Bustio pushing forward, up over top of the wall, looking for the timing here. Devi just managed to get a shot in, puts him down to 10 HP. Push him to the corner though, and Cryo with a shorty in hand, able to find one. Mind Freak, last man standing, cannot make it happen. They make it close, but no cigar. 100 Thieves, 4-0 to start.
And that means you get to keep the op as well. 400 Thieves. Blade Storm available, Thrash available. One away from the null command is Forsaken. Jing one away from a res. Something gonna get his ult, even if this round doesn't go PaperX's way, but you see, they're so good at clearing corners. Everybody just so aware, 400 Thieves, when they can push and when they can't. They get on top of that wall as well, catches PaperX pretty off guard, even though they only get one out of it. A ton of damage, a ton of understanding of where the PaperX players are. It's passed over to that big brain of Bustio, and they're able to do some serious damage. An early spot, but it's only Devi. You've crept something underneath all of this. He got ahead of the Owl drone, so he might be able to catch 100 Thieves off guard here. They might not be ready for this early push out.
There's Asuna. He's going to be able to find the headshot, whether he was ready or not. 0 point to come through. Suppressing, interrupting the Thrash. Denying further info away, but also confirming presence here. Push forward, and a double take from Forsaken. He's unable to find a punish, but relays into Devi. Bustio now going to be taken down. Recon ping, spotting one, tap in, fragment around the back. See if they can get a catch with that slow orb. Right into the corner, forces Asuna back a little bit further. Knives up over the top, Cryo cannot find the connections. Devi able to strike him down, null command now invested here from Forsaken. But the backstab, again, the attempts coming through, Bang rotating in. Devi, however, still alive, means that the alarm bot is going to be set up, and Forsaken's able to find Asuna. So Bang needs to strike sooner rather than later. Making his way up towards Belt with a 0 point. It catches him. The awareness looking a lot more solid here for the side of PRX. Forsaken can't quite find the headshots there. Looks like Jing opening things up with a push out through screens. Bang just drifting back. Looks like PaperX finally going to be getting themselves on the board here. Singular round win. 100 Thieves still with a very solid lead. They'll be up by 3.
Well, I think a couple important things here for PaperX. A, you're able to play a bit more into the speed and tempo that you want to. And with something being that far forward, even though Asuna gets the better of him, it still allows PaperX to kind of understand that, okay, there's a lot of free space. Asuna was
छाबरा साहब को कुछ मत बोलो. जिम जाने के लिए रजत भाई मजाक से हटके 25 किलो कम करा उन्होंने.
Everybody's starting to coordinate better. I'd say the only thing that I thought for PaperX where I was like, somebody needs to clear that recon.
कल दारू पी के अपने बबले दिखा रहे थे सबको.
Other than that,
अच्छा देख रहा ही नहीं हमें. फिर भी दिखा रहे हैं. क्या बोलूं
मैं? Great awareness of where that blade storm might come from. The util setups on the back lines to make sure that there's no lurks, no flanks. Those are very, very important for PaperX. Those are things they need to continue to do if they're going to find success in this half. As it bit him in the butt on Sunset at times.
Triple rotate being sent. Already 100 Thieves getting a read that this is going to be a B hit.
आप कब कर रहे हो?
Way in behind yellow. Tailwind forward with something able to collect the kill. Gets in ahead of him.
भाई एकदम मेरी तरह खेल रहा है.
Still late lurk from the KJ here.
Flash आएगा ना?
Forsaken just grinding up the rope, dropping down, avoiding that mosh. Solid movement, clear on the dizzy. Info not really given over here to the side of 100 Thieves, but Devi going to be taken down. Able to collect one. Wall segment broken. Altron available here for the side of EU. Now just jiggle peeking on the corner. It's a triple stack here from PRX behind yellow. Snakebite invested, but time is just very much working against 100 Thieves at the moment. Pick up on the stinger.
Anything.
The push forward, Forsaken finding two. And Jing will go ahead and get the third and final. 2-4, PRX trying to claw their way back in.
प्लांट के बाद भी W करते हैं ये.
They were going to go for the eco res there.
Post plant नाम की चीज ही नहीं है इनके डिक्शनरी में.
So PRX, yep, starting to
प्लांट से पहले W, प्लांट करने के बाद guys hold. Now W.
And obviously the weaker buy definitely hurts for the side of 100 Thieves, no doubt about it. But PRX still capitalizing on it and winning those opening trades for something.
Finally.
Very, very crucial. If they can continue to keep that op out of Cryo's hands, they can then start to pressure both sides a little more comfortably. Because A is going to be a lot more comfortable when there's an op in play because it's really tough.
बोल दो कुछ कल की बातें.
The way that they set up that B, but
बोल दो यार
it,
क्या ही
they can now start to work the map a little bit. And an early push out from Mindfreak. It's a little bit of info. It's been being pinged out.
हैंगओवर अभी तक है उतरा नहीं है बात अलग है चाबरा
The toxic screen comes up.
बोल दो यार.
Laying on the back of yellow. See what PRX has dialed up. Maybe Forsaken land a good flash here to set up something.
Don't worry about it pushing through mid, but now being watched here by EU. Swing onto the corner. Bang. Snappy.
What?
Able to find Forsaken. That's going to be the instant res coming through. Something over the top of yellow. Drops down. Finds Busio. Takes his head off. Bang is drifting back, but EU able to find Jing.
What the fuck, bro?
Takes him down with the Hunter's Fury. Nano now popped. Something, however, good for a second. Dashes forward, but oh boy! Spotted out, but not going to be punished.
ये क्या कर रहा है ये चाहता क्या है?
In, swings, looks for the third.
ये क्या चाहता है? ये क्या कर रहा है something?
All in his lonesome.
How?
Poison Orb gets raised.
How is he so good sometimes? I don't know, man.
Can he shut this down? Forsaken and Divide both so dangerously low. The swing out, Nasana finds the first.
It's huge. Makes this so much more doable.
Potential gives him a decent timing here.
Only the wingman to work with, though.
0 point early to try to check. Nothing spotted though. Asuna creeping his way forward here into the side. Forsaken spotting him out, has to tuck back. They reswing, they line up! Asuna collects them both! A 4K in response, a spray on their corpses, and a defuse as 100 Thieves maintain the lead.
Unbelievable, they try to double
Bro,
swing him,
what the fuck?
but Forsaken is so low already. He was gonna go down to just one bullet. And they can't stabilize in time to get him. I mean, what an explosive start for something. They break it open, but they never plant. They never feel comfortable enough. For some reason, they decide to, okay, let's just rotate away. But they do it so slowly, it gives Asuna the opportunity to cut off Divide in rotation.
Gotcha.
And that gives him the 1v2. You can't really fault him, but they just line up perfectly for it. Unbelievable stuff from Asuna. Oh, man, and the fans are... The PRX fans are not happy with that.
Certainly not.
No one's happy, bro.
Something though. Attack operator here in hand. Misses the shot. Busio getting away with his life. Sets up the alarm bot. Quick clear. Everybody else just poking and prodding. And Cryo on this push forward. Not ready for Forsaken to be on the flank. Does get taken down. Another early advantage here for the side of PRX, and they play off the back of it. Fragment in towards backside. Rotation's now starting for 100 Thieves. PRX trying to take some space. Shots through a wall, going to be broken down very quickly, but lockdown in play. Lucio not here yet, but has his own for the retake. Unless that null command comes in for Forsaken. But right now, they're not taking space here into the site. Asuna will tuck back. He will just eat this. This Mindfreak goes for the plant. Huh? Tucked away.
There it goes.
It's too late though. The lockdown's already in. A hair off here from Forsaken, and now they have to respect this one. Something able to find one. Lucio with a judge, not able to do too much damage here at this range. And Divide also able to find Asuna. Takes him down now. It is all on to Bang. One detained found. A push forward, they get spotted. Something collects it. PRX fighting back, keeping themselves in this.
I mean, you see those moments like at the beginning of the round where something misses an outshot that he generally doesn't. You start thinking, oh no, has this this kind of like collapse of the previous round got into PaperX, but they've been here so many times. They've been on these situations in it feels like every VCT event, and they're able to just kind of come back and restabilize. And Forsaken gets a huge opener. Able to use that lockdown to get enough space to get the plant down. Okay, yeah, the no command's late, but they're so ready for this quick attempted flood from 100 Thieves. Here's Bang. This position's so tricky to deal with.
They've been reading it decently well, but Bang still comes away with that headshot at long last. Can't make his exit though. Jing able to shut that down. Or taken Forsaken wanting to just continue this cycle, have these no commands available as often as humanly possible. The Mosh, once again, to try to interrupt the Dizzy, gets a shot off. 100 Thieves already in position for a retake if PaperX could even get this plant down.
It's going to be a little bit tricky to get that space. Still have the wall from Jing, but you got to get there. And you know that as soon as that wall comes up, 100 Thieves might be trying to barrel in. Able to buy a little bit of time. Plant is going to come down. Right around the corner is Boostio, though.
Damage taken, and Forsaken trying to escape, but Asuna back at Snowman, able to find the shot. Now the Thrash going to be coming into play. Clear out on the turret, trying to clear out on this fish. Chases him into the back, and now is going to be recoverable. Vulnerable out on the two, but no one to play off the back of that one is Jing marked. Swings in, Jing somehow coming away with one, but the defuse is just being stuck on two. Shock Dart finding one. Last place, nice! Just above his head. Divide. Giving him a haircut. The repeat. Classic. Passing it over to Cryo's hands in the next round, and 100 Thieves get themselves up to 6.
And it's just like PaperX can't quite make the right decisions. They get so committed to these hits. This is the round where they probably could have pulled off and gone back over to A. Once they realized there was a lot of potential over at B that had taken too long to get past Bang and really get themselves set up for this plant. And that cost them, because that allows time for 100 Thieves to figure out how they want to play against this, and they have so much deep utility. They're able to bully PaperX back into green to where they have to peek out, where they have to take the disadvantageous fights. And it's just barely going to be 100 Thieves winning that round, but what an eco they're able to take. And that's going to be time for PaperX to take a timeout.
Yeah, Alex certainly not going to be happy. A MasterCard Thrifty for 100 Thieves to get up to 6. The operator handed over to them on a silver platter. First timeout call here of this final map.
I mean, I think you just honestly need confidence for PaperX. I think they just need to go at them and just kind of play their style. You saw something at that 4K round
Alex
where they just played recklessly, fearlessly, like lean into what has made you this great team and just go for it. Because right now, trying to play kind of these pause moments, take your time, kind of think about the situations are the rounds where 100 Thieves is dissecting them and just murdering them. It's because 100 Thieves is so good, because they're so well coached, because they're so well prepared.
Right corner.
Economy starting to get a little bit shankier here for the side of PaperX. Before they mostly buy down, but still going to be a couple half armors.
But look at, you got two players potentially getting aggressive for the side of 100 Thieves out of B. We'll see if they want to. Looks like they were just going to try to contest the early spot, put down the pit, know that this is A, and try to stack onto the site and funnel people into Cryo's op.
Dash at the ready. Poison Orb going to be dropped, something updrafting, does get flash, and Forsaken going to be taken down. Cryo, a great readjust to find the shot. Wall in, Jing going to be noted there in the corner. The Mosh comes through. He's in a bad spot and has to backpedal. The plant cannot come in. Hit now, being raised up. Over the top, something able to find one. Cryo trying to get the snappy shot. Cannot make it happen. Breakdown here on the wall segment. Jing able to drift away, not taking any damage. From here.
What? We'll
have to see how 100 Thieves try to pilot this one. Given the pit already invested on the opposite side, can't go for the counter pit attempt.
They're just going to have to go fishing in here. Maybe find a timing.
Man advantage by 100 Fury to try to start things off. Push forward. Some spray there from the shorty trying to find that target, but Jing able to find Boostio. Something down on the heel. Coming across, Jing just trying to keep him in this fight. Shot flying, Recon not able to get the ping, the spray. Somehow something dodging every single bullet.
Safe call.
This retake cannot come to fruition. 100 Thieves, they will hold on to the weaponry, they will hold on to that operator. But PaperX will be able to get the round win.
Now, somehow, some way, PaperX able to keep themselves alive in that pit. I thought with that Hunter's Fury coming through, they were going to be able to sort of cut the Hunter's Fury, or excuse me, the Viper's Pit apart and find that open space inside of it to isolate and eliminate players. But they're just crafty enough, our PaperX, to avoid it. And this is what I want to see though. Push the tempo, push the pace here as PaperX. Force 100 Thieves to have to think on the fly, because I don't think that their game, I think your game is outthinking your opponents in instinct, whereas other teams are going to outthink you when you give them the opportunities to. So just go for these explosive plays on this attacker side. See if you can channel it back to 6-6. 100 Thieves has been so tough to crack. They are so smart. They're so good at playing.
Look at this read already.
Yeah.
Just nothing spotted. A forward push over into A. Everybody's starting to work their way towards this B site. Similar scenes from just a couple rounds ago. Something trying to open things up. Swing onto the corner. Dashes back here behind Yellow, and Boostio this time able to best him.
Flash le lena.
Finds that opening kill. Fragment not going to be
Flash
too much
le
here. Pop
lena.
flash set. Forsaken out into the open, as is the buy, but he's able to stabilize, finding one. Bang cleans up two. Jing answering back, has the res, sends it. Something is back into the fight. And advantage here, but everyone stuck behind Yellow. Tailwind over the top, up shot, not going to connect. Something distracts, draws their attention as the rest of PaperX make their exit. But can he get out with his life intact? He re-swings in.
Oh my.
A couple shots. But again, the rotation is going to be there. This time it's two players from 100 Thieves to try to intercept.
Are they going to go through mid? Oh, Forsaken this time trying to cut off if there's going to be any mid flankers.
30 seconds left.
This is really smart. He might be able to get behind them, but this op is going to be in place to cut off the attempted plant.
You as well, the recon nearly online. The wall
Oh
goes
my
up.
God.
He breaks the segment though, he interrupts. Time being bought, Forsaken, attention. He's rotating back through kitchen. He's just so damn wary, but Jing able to find one. Now EU at backside. They try to clutch it. Looking for the spray through. He's pushing it onto Jing, but Jing draws down. A 4K for the Sage as PaperX within touching distance. A 6-6
cryo
in
का
their
चूतिया
sights.
कटा है बेंच
And a wry smile from
cryo
Jing
का
on
कैसा
stage.
चूतिया कटा है भाई
That was as close as it gets. Something completely isolated
भाई बहुत
from the
predictable
rest of
plays
his
कर रही है
team,
PRX यार
but they're able to trade their way back to that res to give them that extra number advantage. And Jing so snappy. Woo. Unbelievable.
but बहुत
Going to the
predictable
last
plays
round
कर
of
रही
the
है
half.
guys PRX
PaperX has an opportunity to tie this up. Bladestorm available for something to buy.
वो देखो
Maybe could get a
सारे
lockdown here
रोटेट
as
कर
well,
गए
something to
सारे
consider.
Again, the
जो
rotation
पता
force
है
here from 100 Thieves. Four Guardians and a Phantom. Orb taken to be handed over to the buy in case he can get an additional kill. Give them a
भाई
lockdown.
पांचों आ गए यहाँ पे पता है कोई नहीं आएगा
Not getting cleared, pinging out absolutely everyone. There is no ambiguity whatsoever to what PaperX are
5v5
attempting.
ही करना है
Fragment to clear one side. Horizontal wall set up here as the buy goes for the plant. The lockdown about to be in play. If he can stay alive,
Nice.
something finds the first kill. Asuna going to be taken down, Forsaken. Backpedaling. Cleans up Cryo. The lockdown now to shove them back, but Bang pushes forward. The buy still wary about a flanker. The swing out. Bang still standing his
what
footing.
the
But they have to respect this. They have to pull away. Precious time. Bought. By finding the first. EU swinging out once again here in this 1v1. The recon cleared. Jing tucked back. Just trying to play out with the time. The swing coming through and EU!
कैसे हार रहे हैं ये
Not allowing for the
What we
tie-up.
want?
They are in the lead here at the half, 7-5.
100 Thieves has been so insane in these 1v1s, winning so many of them against PaperX. And Jing just gambles for it. He just says, I'm just going to swing out and try to kill you. You've got a Guardian. I've got a Vandal. Let's go. But EU has been clutch as heck. Insane stuff from him. 100 Thieves barely going to come out on the better side of the half.
Well, he just bailed him out of that last round, giving 100 Thieves the advantage here. We'll hear from EU in our next Omen Player moment.
Definitely sucks losing this way to Genji. It felt like a lot of things kind of went wrong. There were so
heavy
many
गुस्सा आ
rounds
रहा है
where,
भाई
you know, we kind of hit into sites where there was already 4 people to begin with at the start of the round. You know, they gambled really well, and they also won a lot of the pistols. And then the one time that we did win a pistol, we instantly got thrifted after they bonused on the first half as well, especially on Icebox. You know, we were clawing it back, but we didn't have enough rounds to play with. So yeah, it definitely sucks to lose this way. You know, we're always focused on the process and not really the results. So losing the match here isn't like crazy. It's more so about why we lost the match and how we can improve from it for the future.
Connecting in on top of it, not going to be able to clear this one. Texture going to be taken down. 4 players detained. Absolutely everyone caught. This round, it's a massacre. Boostio collecting an ace off the back of the O. Perhaps no Meteor will shut it down, but what a catastrophe for Gen G. Meteor once again noted, expecting the swing from the flank.
As long as we focus on the process, the results should come. So we're looking to improve off the Gen G game. Unfortunately, we only have 1 day to prep. So we're gonna do the best we can to look over the VOD, the best we can to talk, and fix the issues for the PRX game. So at least from the scrim perspective as well that we played in, you can definitely tell that both teams are ready to take any individual timings that they might want, any individual peaks. The match should definitely be entertaining.
Entertaining it certainly has been. Sunset, Icebox, both very much delivering. PRX have woken up a bit more, but now they find themselves moving over onto the defensive side. 100 Thieves have been dominant in pistols throughout this series. We'll see if that continues now.
Yeah, this is an important pistol round. Not a must-win, but PRX absolutely could start their half off on the right foot if they can get this done. And they've been pretty solid on the defender's side this year. On Icebox at PRX, generally going about even against Gen G, for example. So for what that's worth, if you want to consider relative power levels, you got to feel pretty confident that PRX can at least keep this close throughout this half. Who knows, maybe overtime is on the cards with how well these two teams have been going back and forth. Feels like that could definitely happen. Something up on the pillar. Gets a spot, yeah. No damage though.
Tucks back, but it's going to be a full push-up. 0 point sent, but wall set up here from Jing, just tucking in behind it. Clear the segments, but they can also just jump up over top of it. Something, able to collect the first one, looking for another. Jing finds it, can't quite steady that aim though. Cryo taken low, but not taken down. Shock dart in towards something, just holding here. So using the wall as the rest of PRX start rotating over.
Recon dart.
Not gonna get cleared to Bang. Able to just step to him, finds it, but Divide with 2 quick kills will give PRX a pistol round win. 6-7.
Yeah, just able to use that wall so effectively. One of the big differences in these two teams' agent compositions. And on this defender side, especially early on, it really wreaks havoc because you have to give up info one way or another to try to do something about that wall. And they try to get over it, they try to go through it, and it's pretty well handled by PRX in every regard. And now you're going to be able to get into this anti-eco, outlaw, guardian, 2 bulldogs, and a sheriff for Divide. Let's see what 100 Thieves can do. They've already pulled off some insane thrifties.
Oh, big reveal, and oh my god, how snappy is that? Forsaken taking him down nice and early. It's a good amount of that entry util out of the hands here of 100 Thieves. Shift over, Boostio. Just going to be on a late lurk here. Trying to see if he can hear anything, sense anything while the rest of his team takes some forward space. Something, however, waiting to intercept Outlaw at the ready. Just gonna drift back.
Yeah. No worries. A little bit open space for Boostio, so.
Just saying, Nalin bhai, agar aap ho, aap haar chuke ho. Thanks.
Gotten a little bit farther forward. We've got the toxic screen.
Double face.
Yep.
Kill not going to be found. A little bit of damage dealt. Let's continue pushing forward. The rest of the players now getting themselves in position. Couple shots exchanged. Snake bite into back yellow. Forsaken, however, able to find Boostio, taking him down. He's low HP and he will be finished off, but still does some additional damage. Divide finds one.
They have to take fight, Pancho. They have to. नहीं ऐसा है कि इनके खून में लिखा हुआ है.
Has been so impactful thus far.
30 seconds left.
Still opposite shifted over.
Want to scoop up that other gun. PRX knows it.
Something. Put in the outlaw to use and just sprays through, finds the timing. Bang, take it down. 7-7. We are tied up.
Okay, all things considered, not too bad there for PRX.
I'm not
sure how I feel about Forsaken trying to go point blank with a Guardian against an aggressive push out of players when he's weak on health, but
still got 2.
He's still got 2. So you know what? He can do what he wants there. He's earned the right in that round.
You know, you try to line. You said you want to see PRX maybe play with some more confidence.
I do.
It can be overdone.
It can. And that's kind of the
something light shade में ही है क्योंकि वो next round off buy करेगा.
For sure, but balance has been found in this match. 7-7.
Let's go, baby.
These two teams going toe to toe. A huge bonus potential coming through. Having to go full armors across the board is under these because of that outlaw. So you're dragging out some extra cash.
Dizzy over the top, and already PaperX shifting players towards this B site. 4, in fact. Lucio still on a late lurk over towards A, but jump peek, something. The shot across to puts EU down low on HP, but Bang collects 3. Jing will put him down, but now it is suddenly justified in a 1v4. 100 Thieves looking to regain the lead, looking for a fairly clean anti-bonus here.
Kind of curious how Devi wants to play this. I mean, if he wanted to just save here, I wouldn't blame him. You'd love to grab a couple more guns, though. You know that economic situation that 100 Thieves is in. So you can maybe catch one of them. Just kind of slipping a little bit too far out of the
actually, bro.
Asuna, all the way in kitchen. Hasn't walked out to the bridge, though. So for now, just going to see if him and Asuna cross paths.
If Asuna is able to find that, it's going to be one step closer towards that Thrash, but Devi able to hear the Dizzy being used. Just going to stay stagnant here and dies. So weapon not going to be carried over.
Yeah. I mean, they have the money to buy. Oh. You get the alt charge. Huh? Do they have the money to buy? Because they bought an op.
They have an op, but they have some sheriffs to go along with it at the moment. We'll see what everything looks like after the replay, but yeah, this one, I mean, a solid read early from the side of PaperX, shifting everybody pretty much over, but cash-wise, not in the most stable position.
All right, sure. I mean, if
why did he die, Devi?
Then what a gamble you have taken. But that is a massive gamble that PaperX is trying to roll with. I mean, they are really trying to completely catch 100 Thieves off guard here. This is not the buy you would expect in this situation. That 0 point is huge. Gets a ton of info for Forsaken and PaperX.
I cannot use that.
And that set 100 Thieves at least backpedaling a bit. But a lot of util to clear the front of the site. Still back yellow, unaccounted for. Forsaken playing so close.
And he is. Dangerous position, and as he swings, Cryo shuts it down. Mind Freak just sat here quietly. Dizzy again, invested. Divine picking up the weapon. But everybody here from 100 Thieves just absolutely silent. PaperX needing these players to hold the line. Something, the only one back over at A. So I have to try to retake with that off. The Thieves have every single advantage available to them at the moment.
They know where everybody is. They've got the reads. It's going to come down to the shooting. Dizzy over the top.
Doesn't get cleared out, but now it's like a shift back here. 100 Thieves starting to rotate.
30 seconds left.
It's going to be in towards A. Something again. Only one left here. Rotation's just now beginning in Busio, pushing his way forward into mid and trying to see if he can intercept anyone here on this approach. But time dwindling. Something. Can he find the impact? Sees the entry of one. Has to be worried about the pusher on the back. And he gets tagged down to 31. Immense amount of damage dealt. Busio going to be noted. Brings it back into a 4v4. The heal across. Something. Back up to full HP. Spots, but cannot get the flick. But Cryo, however, finds the kill.
Smoke to cover. PaperX taking their time to think about it.
Asuna knocked down. 14 HP. Continues to push forward, but it's going to be Bang. Taking out one, but Devi. Finding two. Now the 2v2. But HP not great here for the side of PaperX. Smoke wall falls. EU finding the kill. It's all on Mind Freak. He's been the clutch master for them in the past, but given that the operator is still sat here, he will collect this and allow for that spike to detonate. He's reading the push out here potentially. As EU just jiggle peeking. Moment after moment. Sees enough. Shot goes wide, and Mind Freak can't save himself, can't save the op. 100 Thieves up by 2.
You honestly have to start questioning the way that PaperX is managing their economy. And I'm pretty sure that also Alex is going to question the way that they are running their economy. I mean, great shots there from Cryo. Like, all credit to 100 Thieves. They're being extremely patient. They're not letting PaperX play at the speed or the tempo that they want to. And they're being so diligent about isolating positions and taking players out one by one. And, you know, players are trying to go for big plays. There's smiles on PaperX's face. But they are going to not like what their money looks like.
9-7.
It ain't great.
Certainly not.
A couple
more seconds remaining
most
here
probably
for the side of PaperX as Alex
ऊंची है building.
To turn
Damn, they
things
came
around.
so far just to come this far.
How close it was. They're on Sunset. PRX not wanting to stray behind. Some critical ults as well. That economy built up so nicely for 100 Thieves at the moment.
Yep. No, they are fully in the
11 is all they get
of this half. They have every advantage you could ever
Sorry,
want.
9 is all they get.
Viper's Pit, Thrash.
Buy कर रहे
This should
हैं.
be a pretty strong round for them potentially. I mean, you're gonna have sheriffs, you're gonna have a guardian,
Like,
you're
why
gonna have a
can't they
stinger.
just fucking
Or the side of
go
PRX, but
one round like दवाई?
they're gonna need to do some damage. It's gonna
इतना
need to
heavy
start
buy
soon.
कि
If not this round, then the next. It's 100 Thieves is really doing a good job of reading them.
Just eco one fucking
It's
round,
really just
bro.
down to patience. Just not giving PRX the opportunities to get their trades that they want to get those fast plays that they want to do.
Starting to be a bit more pacey here. Pushing their way forward. Orb take for EU. 2 away from that next Hunter's Fury. His wingman goes for the plant. Nano invested. We'll be able to clear it out. A little bit of time bought here. As Divide up over the top. Looking for the shots, but Cryo able to keep himself alive. Thrash now on the hunt, chasing, looking, searching for anybody else. And something missing a bit of a timing. Gets his head taken off. EU with a nice shot. A take across there on the Jing. Punish gonna be found by Mind Freak, but the pit in play could be devastating. Mind Freak now dead. Trying to interrupt, trying to intercept. Forsaken creeping along this. Able to collect himself a weapon. Pushes forward and does find Cryo. Flash now in, 0 point. Confirming 2. I can suspect that Busio is going to be playing this pit, but he still finds that elimination. Swing on the back of it. A team ace is Asuna. Finishes it off, and that's going to be 100 Thieves getting up to 10.
The expected result. 100 Thieves plays it so nicely. Boostio so difficult to deal with on those backside. The Viper's Pit gets planted, and you know PRX is trying to throw bodies into it, try to deal with it. There's not enough firepower, not enough utility really to back it up. So now we go into a buy for PRX. And what can they do? Close to a couple ults. The blades are there for something, but may not invest those this round necessarily. I always hedge my bets with something though, because sometimes he will just go for things if he feels it, but...
Stack after stack here, PRX not getting a solid read.
Yep.
I mean, opportunity for maybe a 3-man flank around the back, but for now, 100 Thieves avoiding this team absolutely gorgeously. Smosh at the back, Cloudburst, try to open things up. Wingman up over the top. We'll strand the spike a bit with the Nano, but Asuna quick to recollect.
Well, this is great. If you're going to play retake, you're buying a lot of extra time to get these flanks into place.
Footsteps are being heard. EU calling them back. Flash not going to be connecting. Got 3 players now watching this flank. 100 Thieves set up for success. Something, however, able to displace 1. Cryo going to be taken down. EU and Busio holding their ground. Headshot across there onto Jing. Mind Freak going to be taken out. Shot dart not connecting, but Jing cannot find the shots.
The fuck?
These 2 players now back here on
don't
site.
have a
doing their
shift,
damnedest.
yeah.
Something finds 1. Divide gets another. 5 HP for him. Lockdown invested. The Bang, he still has line of sight. You are coming through. Something taken down. It is all on Divide. As Bang just drifts back, and the time is not there. The lockdown will not mean anything. Bang survives the round as 100 Thieves get up to 11.
Yeah.
I mean, just insane diligence here from 100 Thieves. They're so good about reacting to what PRX tries to do in this round. And EU has just been absolutely disgusting, holding some of these angles. Him and Boostio, just immovable objects. And PRX doesn't have the strength.
You are playing it
and
like a
this lockdown,
fucking
man,
bug, bro.
Just another really questionable decision, frankly. Not really understanding
what
the
is
extra
that
space that was still there at the end of the lockdown for them to cover that angle for the defuse. So it's frankly worthless. It doesn't really find any impact, and it feels like PRX is starting to crumble.
Flash going to be sent. Cryo caught by that one. Jing and Mind Freak finding 1 apiece. Tailwind bound. Cryo keeping himself safe. Good early advantage available to the side of PRX on the spike. Stuck. Just needing to be waited out. Busio going on a flank, working his way up through tube. Turret there to try to note him. Cryo challenging, unable to find as Jing will be able to clean up another kill. Busio now last one alive.
ये वाला PRX को तो हमारा जी भी हरा देगा.
Or a death, either way. Lockdown.
हमारी शाम की लॉबी भी हरा देगी
PRX very much in control here. A double stack set up. Jing gonna be taken down. He's managed to isolate, but can't quite find the second. Mindfreak will finish the job. PaperX hanging in. Still 3 rounds separated, and their economy still shambles.
This is more of a classic PaperX type play. They're able to get their opponents into a bad spot. A good flash, a couple players swinging out from different angles. They find a good crossfire, they find 2 kills. And then Jing finds more. They really need plays like that. They really need more of that here for PaperX. Because it feels all 100 Thieves to me. I love the way that 100 Thieves has played this half. I truly do. I think they've got a great read on how to keep PaperX off balance.
I mean, 4-round streak after dropping the pistol and their eco. Timeout going to be called for 100 Thieves. Involved here. Wanting to get at least that 12th round locked in. He's the one in control.
इनके कीबोर्ड में शायद शिफ्ट कभी-कभी काम नहीं करता. Like mostly काम नहीं करता.
No more timeouts to be called. They are at the behest of this man.
Yeah.
Was she crying? No, she was.
It is going to be an operator purchase
she
for
was
something
in,
again. Is he going to be able to find value out of it this time? It's been a little bit shaky with it today. He's missed a couple shots that probably normally doesn't. Seems like some of that pressure is starting to get to PaperX
Luna buff?
here today.
Sorry, Luna nerf.
Going to be able to dig deep.
Huh? Jatin bhai?
Map alive, or his 100 Thieves going to use that timeout to catapult themselves out of this
G हरा देगी is crazy.
into our big stadium that we go to on Friday.
It's just down the street. They want to be a part of it.
थोड़ा ज़्यादा हो गया था अवरदीप
भाई. Here for both these squads, 2 off the thrash from the side of 100 Thieves, but that lockdown, that Hunter's Fury, big critical tools to try to counteract things like this. The pit that gets invested here by Mindfreak.
That's the Dizzy stranded. They can't pick that back up, so that's a huge win in a way for PaperX, because if you're able to force them over to A, that
+1. 5 excellent players not playing as team. +1.
Pick up at least for now.
Drone checking into 2.
Yeah, that doesn't really get you much info.
Something very far forward. Gets the first one. Busio going to be taken down. Lockdown on it will come into play here, at least in this round. Now, 100 Thieves trying to assess what they can do here. The pit, staving them off. Util over in mid, alerting if a rotation comes in. And something with an operator sat on A.
They're going to try to mess with Mindfreak a little bit again. See if they can get him out of this pit. Find a way to use this Sova utility.
Jing missing the timing, doesn't spot him. Might have heard a footstep or 2. And it looks like the answer is going to be yes, because Mindfreak, he's actually just giving up that space. Pulling away, the pit, going to drop.
Yeah, they have a pretty good read now that there's just a huge stack coming towards B. So he can't afford
30 seconds.
to stay around in there.
The rush now starting. Tailwind forward. Back yellow. Here, Asuna just pushing across the damage. Eats an immense amount of it. The swinging forward through the Viper
nice
wall.
Call, Ray.
By space here for the plane to come in, but Mindfreak.
Nice call, Ray. Mindfreak, but
Flyers not playing as a team. That's a face.
Has been so damn clutch. So as a shock dart would be an ace if he could pull it off, but something will put an end to it. Still solid damage dealt here from 100 Thieves. And PaperX is shorting the gap.
I thought he was going to pull it off again there for a moment. Just, he hits those snappy headshots, and all of a sudden you think, oh no. EU, it's going to do it again. But this is good push and pull of the map.
Oh. Good
utilization of those ultimates. That's ridiculous. Something that Op able to find the angle. That's why it's so crucial to keep that gun in his hands. That's when things started to slide sideways, when they went for that buy in round 15. To try to get an early op for something.
Look at this, an early thrash possible here from the side of 100 Thieves. They go pushing forward, 0 point, going to be cleared out. Thrash now opened to be used. Tucked away, but something spotted up above here on yellow. Tailwind at the ready, he drops down, repositions. No one giving him the sights here. Drone try to lead things out. He'll clear it. Still tries to hold on the angle, but Cryo will shove him back. Space bought here for the side of 100 Thieves. Now the lock-in going to be coming through. No way to try to clear that one out. Dizzy gets dropped. Something long enough sight line to work with here and still keep the op in play. Forsaken tries to shove them back.
Asuna bhai chhod
on
do.
the entry, Asuna going to be taken down. Cryo finding space, finding a kill. Forsaken, unaware. Kill, found Busio up over the top here on the side as something's able to collect another elimination, but Mindfreak cannot step in the aim. Rez now in play, Cryo far forward, headshot through, but Jing has a little bit more of that Vandal. Plant now coming in. Busio.
गोटो के नीचे, गोटो के नीचे, गोटो के नीचे.
But EU once
ये
again
बहुत गंदा मारता है.
to be the one to clutch. He plays it out patiently. They're not checking.
नहीं.
For the second final, he's lost it. And somehow gets the kill. 4 players alive. Economy broken for 100 Thieves. Paper X. 1 round separating.
Jason?
I am just so befuddled by Paper X sometimes. We've been casting them for years, Achilleos. We've seen so many games. And every time I think, oh, okay, they're out of it now. They don't seem to really have it today. They're just able to find another level. They're able to dig deep.
कितने खुश है यार, देखो यार अंडर टीम जीतने दो उन्हें यार. थोड़ी तो शर्म करो यार. जीतने दो उन्हें.
Tapped his headset there. I don't know if there was a sound cue or what, but
Jason नहीं, Jason Derulo.
Take a timeout. This is unreal. I mean, it's just now starting that Paper X is getting a much better read on the flow. They're getting a much more proactive stance at the beginning of the rounds, right? Like you're using those Viper's Pit, you're using those set combos at B Garage to gain some space. I think for Paper
Crowd ने बचाया?
part of that
हाँ क्या?
timeout from Alex was control B Garage, force them into A, force them into.
अगर Jason नहीं घूमता तो
something's up, and as long as we have
मैं live stream पे करता ये.
kind of know what's going on the rest of the map, and we can make 100 Thieves
Live stream पे.
much more difficult to set up the executes to clear the space they want, because B has been a really big pressure.
Oh, that was nice.
For the side of Paper Rex
That was
on their
cool,
defender
bro.
side.
Yeah.
You like that poster?
Some very nice artwork there.
It was good.
A hero rifle, the Vandal here in the hands of Bustio.
Guys, likes और subscribe कर दो यार.
So some armor in the mix.
Guys, जिसने भी like नहीं करा, like कर दो, subscribe कर दो यार.
His hands as well. But from now, the players, they're on their lonesome.
वैसे यार.
All the timeouts, the
Heart
coach's
थोड़ा
intervention.
weak है.
It's been burned. Knives pulled here from Cryo. Saw him have an immense amount of impact. Versus Gen G here on this map with these knives. Can he do it now versus Paper Rex to get his team up to 12? Fiercely pushing forward. Both Blackbirds just going to be top swing onto the corner of Jing, able to shut it down.
छूटिया जो कटा उसका.
Specifically put down. Bang, able to find that. Busio takes out Jing. Swings around here towards backside. Tailwind forward. Mindfreak divide. One apiece, and now it is EU. Somehow always the last man standing, but this time he's not good for one. 4 players left alive. Cash aplenty. Paper Rex tie it 11-11.
PRX fan for life after watching that.
For Paper Rex that goes their way. They're starting to hit shots. They're starting to get fired up. Jing massive
यार finals देखने जाऊँ क्या मैं शंघाई?
But then the punch back from Bang and Bustio. Really nice stuff.
देख यहाँ. तमीज़ से chat क्यों क्या होता है? Guys, कुछ चलेगा मेरे साथ शंघाई? एक के लिए sponsor.
There are Paper Rex fans aplenty in the audience, and they are fired up.
Noted.
And I thought overtime might be in the cards, and well, Achilleos, we
मेरे को लेके
on the
जाना.
way.
Duh.
Still yet could happen. What a treat it would be.
अगर जेसन नहीं
Dizzy on B,
घूमता,
Dizzy over A. Nothing spotted so far here. Paper X playing quite far back. Not giving up any information.
जाओ block करना कर लीजिए.
Going into this pivotal round to see who is going to be making their way up to match point.
Wait.
Something still stagnant over towards Green, just staring with that operator in hand. But the full force of Under Thieves making their way over here in towards his A side. Plant going to be going in for a second, going to be taken down.
Nice.
Interrupt on the plant, going to be found. Recon, trying to clear in towards backside, nothing spotted. Crucio fighting forward, dealt with.
नीचे गोटो के Jing.
We'll find 3. Man advantage here for the side of 100 Thieves. The plant gets ready to come through. Something peeking in. The operator sidelines. He's getting one, and he takes it. Cryo dead.
IPL के कैमरे में पूरा इतनी स्पेशली लेके गए.
Getting them both.
Yeah,
we'll bail them out and get 100 Thieves up to match point.
Just a great aggressive call here from 100 Thieves. They've been getting stalled by Paper X on this A site, and this time they're able to push past it. Really, really nice stuff from Asuna. Great awareness. Jing just had no idea he was underneath
भाई
him.
Jing को कॉल नहीं मिली क्या? तेरे गोटो के नीचे है बंदा, गोटो के नीचे.
Asuna comes up with a huge 3K.
One more round.
One more round. They're absolutely correct. That's all they need. And they will be taking this match and sending Paper X home.
Expecting maybe the op again over towards B. The catch has been there for PaperX, so they know that he's going to have it in hand. Flash out, swinging from Mindfreak, and he's taken down.
Ganda flash.
The first domino falls as the Thieves continue on their war march towards the Mercedes-Benz Arena. Fragment sent to try to slow up the approach. Jing behind, swings forward, finds one, tucks back. Nanos swinging, return fire, solid. Asuna still in play.
Yeah!
Forsaken with 3, takes us the distance. Strap in.
What the fuck?
Overtime.
मेरे किडनी में हार्ट अटैक आएगा गाइस ये प्लेस देख के.
PaperX goes for an aggressive early play, but that's all just kind of a bait. They're set up for crossfires on the site. They're dodging util, and Forsaken is knocking players down. Huge round.
Jason.
The 2 #1 seeds of their respective regions are not going quietly here in Shanghai.
Sit down.
Glass cannon operator here for Cryo on this
आज
defense.
इसको ना बैठा के रहेंगे. प्लीज जीत जा यार. सीट पे जाइए उसके और उसको बोलिए sit down.
Can they do it here? Can they take that?
सबसे गंदी बेइज्जती होगी.
Can they secure a match point once more? Slow orb out. EU just slowly drifting away.
EU.
Not there.
Good awareness from both teams there. Understanding what they're trying to
दो
accomplish.
दिखे साले को. दो दिखे
Slow
साले
to
को.
maybe punish it, but spot from EU.
0 point confirming that there's no presence here on pipes. Something working his way forward. Spots
फातरी को
one.
लेके जाऊंगा शंघाई.
Asuna
ठीक है भाई.
on Raptors is something just going to be teleporting forward. Wall now going to be raised up here. As EU going to be rerouted. Full approach coming around towards that Raptors side. But yeah, Jing able to find one. The steady of the spray. Something takes out Asuna. Cryo arriving. Finding value immediately. Headshot across. Jing taken down. Mindfreak playing crouch. The reach. The collapse. The knives. And the man advantage. His 100 Thieves are stealing this round away. Looking for the headshot. Can't make it happen. Some of the counter spray.
Nice!
His own
Nice!
Bang alone to try to clutch this. The wall raised, the push forward, the shots connecting. He's down to 81. He reads the push forward. But Devi, now noted, just playing here against time. Up on top of the rope! Bang! He gets the headshot, but does he have the time? So very close. A nail bite finisher, but he's just got it!
Cute!
A Red Bull clutch!
Something
28 seconds to spare!
What an outplay
What
here for
the
Bang.
fuck, bro?
Expecting the push with the blades, shuts it down, and then completely bamboozles Devi.
Cute! अबे जिगली कर लेता वहाँ पे.
Unbelievable. Oh my word.
What a way to secure a Red Bull clutch. So the players not necessarily knowing themselves whether or not they had that time. But we go straight back into the action. Lucio Bang lurking forward, something similarly here with that glass cannon operator in play.
Just up on top, but Bustio's already tucked in the corner. There's no real great util to displace something from this perch. You're just gonna have to get underneath him, catch him off guard.
Spots a jump across, and Bustio swinging out, trying to get the catch. Something seeing two, relaying this. Couple rotations across the map here. Mindfreak and Devi start lingering their way forward. Something out in front of the wall, trying to get an opening catch. The tail went forward, the flick, not gonna connect. He dashes out, but EU rushing forward. Shorty in hand, push up into the smoke. Something able to find one, but traded out instantly as Bang pushes up with the Sova. 1 for 1, the decay expiring. Mindfreak waiting until he gets back up towards full HP. Jing now dead. Bang, flipped up into the open. And now it's all on Mindfreak, and he cannot make it happen. They fought tooth and nail to get to overtime, but PaperX cannot extend the series. They cannot reset it. They cannot get revenge on Bustio. He once again sends them home trophyless.
Yes, throw.
An insane performance from 100 Thieves. So many great back and forths on these last two maps. This Icebox was an absolute treat, but their discipline pays off in the long run. They are so good at recovering, so good at fixing what had been going wrong, and PRX, to their credit, was doing great with it too, but the breeze just wasn't enough for PRX. They show it for the first time, they fall handily, and then after that, they do great on Sunset, sure, but 100 Thieves, so tenacious on this map. This team is on a warpath. They want to show that Gen G beating them was just a fluke. They want to make their way back to the finals and claim another title for America this year.
Expected place.
To be able to make an attempt at it. Mental game to bounce back.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Expected place.
Looking astounding. Able to hang with W Gaming. Able to take them down in 2-1 fashion. This squad, the sky is the limit. They will be there in that Mercedes-Benz arena.
Yes, no,
Thousands of fans in front of them. They have earned it. What a performance from everybody on this team.
Gen G on top.
Everybody with their moments in that spotlight. Lucio.
Gen G on top. Who? PRX who? I don't know any PRX. Gen G on top. दोगले बे PRX who? Gen G. Yeah. क्या बोलते हैं? Texture by जिंदाबाद.
He dominated on Breeze. Bang here on Icebox was an absolute menace on that.
PRX who?
And the clutches. Clutch after clutch after clutch for this team. They were destroying PRX in those scenarios. And that is a big part of why they're able to get over the line.
PRX से PRT कर दो तुम.
Those tremendous individual skills that 100 Thieves
Paper X नहीं paper throw.
rang true. They were able to best some of the best fraggers in
सही
the
नाम
world
है ना?
today.
Famous कर दे tweet में. Hashtag PRT paper throw.
PRX.
ना paper X
No more
नहीं
hope
paper
of
throw.
trying to get a trophy here in Shanghai. For Pacific, it all falls to the shoulders
PRT
of Gen
paper
G.
throw.
See if
कैसा
they
है
can
guys?
once again make their way into a grand final and potentially be able to claim it. But there are
Guys, PRT.
many teams that
हो
are
जाए?
going to be looking to stand in their way. And of course, this is just the first series today.
Yeah.
ये tweet करोगे तो हम ही गाली
There's
बनेंगे.
more
पप.
Valorant.
जेंजी को jinx मत करना आप.
It's
Done
crazy.
baby.
It's crazy, man. Can't believe this. But two America's teams now going to be playing in that Mercedes-Benz arena. They continue to have such a strong showing this year. This region is so deep, so difficult to get over. So many talented players. So many great IGLs. I've just been loving what I'm seeing from 100 Thieves
Paper
this year
throw
in
gaming.
particular, this stage 1 and into these playoffs.
Counter coming.
They are such a well-coordinated, smart
अबे
team.
नहीं कर रहा भाई.
Yeah, I mean, you got to give them even more credit, just given that it's 24 hours to prepare to get ready for this. Whereas PRX able to sit back, watch that series yesterday. What prep, what tenacity from 100 Thieves. Welcome to the top 4. We'll see them again in the Mercedes-Benz.
ये छोटू बहुत उछलता है.
Down to the stage for Verizon post-match interview.
Hello， 大家好，欢迎来到赛后采访，我是维嘉。让我们再一次恭喜100T 赢下了本场比赛
My
的胜利
savior
抓住了最后一个机会。我们也
My
是请到了
savior is here,
Cryo 选手来
भाई.
接受我们的采访。
इतने heartbreak
Welcome to the
moments
post-match
से.
interview, and now I'm joined by Cryo from 100
My
Thieves
savior is
with
here.
us. Huge congratulations on this win, and would you like to say hi to the audience first?
Hello.
Hi. 热情的回应了一下，首先也要问一下 Cryo 选手，因为刚才这场比赛真的是非常精彩、非常焦灼，但是他们抓住最后机会，所以想问一下他现在的心情是怎么样的呢 ？So it was a really tough game and back and forth towards the end. So how's the feeling of grabbing the last chance to Benz Arena?
This is definitely one of the most intense games we've ever played, but I think we have
Gang
a
को
lot of
jinx
clutch
मत
wins
कर
from
अब.
all of my teammates. My team carried me today, so lots of props to them, and we're just really happy we were able to make it to the Mercedes arena.
他说今天这场比赛真的是他们可能经历过最紧张、最焦灼的一场比赛了。他觉得今天他所有的队友表现得非常好，也是他的队友每一个人都能站得出来，最后带领他赢下了比赛的胜利。而且他也非常开心，最后可以进入到梅赛德斯奔驰文化中心进行比赛。那接下来也想问一下 Cryo 选手，因为可能今天在面对像 PRX 岛屿的阵容的时候，其实是很常见的嘛，是一套双决斗的阵容。那面对这种相对不太常见的阵容，他们的应对处理方法是什么？同时平常是如何准备去应对这些情况出现的呢 ？So what is your approach when going against off-meta team competitions like double duelist from PRX, and how do you prepare for something like this?
We just honestly play our normal game. We were kind of caught off guard by their map veto, picking Breeze on the first map. But we knew that if we just played together and played our normal style, that we would beat them.
他说其实就是像他们正常的打法一样，他们对于今天可能他们的地图 BP 对于 PaperX 的地图 BP 确实当时大吃了一惊，他们没有想到微风岛屿会作为一个首选图，但是今天这场比赛下来，他们觉得只要专注于自身，打好他们自己的比赛的东西就可以。那接下来还想问一下 Corel 选手，因为其实很多人在这次比赛里都会把100T 看作一个夺冠的大热门，那也想问问他会想要如何表现去回应所有观众对他们的这些期待呢？ So everyone considers you as the favorite in taking the tournament win here in Shanghai. So how do you manage that level of expectation from all the audience watching?
Everyone within the team also believes that we should win this tournament, so we're all feeling super confident and hopefully going to take that to the grand finals.
他说：“其实不光是所有的观众，可能他们的每一位队友，他们队伍里的每一个人都觉得他们可以赢下这次上海大师赛的胜利。那对于他们来说，他们都非常相信自己，而且也非常的自信。最后决赛见，那咱们也期待一下他们的表现好不好？能不能再把掌声献给一下酷爱欧选手 ？And that's all for our interview. Thanks for joining. Good luck on the Banzer Arena.
Thank you.
那我们的赛后采访到这里就先结束啦，让我们稍息休息，精彩比赛马上回来，拜拜。”
Back at Champs, Boostio had the formula to take down this PaperX team, but what happened in the past does not matter anymore. It's elimination today.
All right, PaperX going home, bro. Two of my best teams, Fnatic and PaperX, are eliminated on their way back home, bro. All right.
Absolutely gorgeous. The follow-up, even more beautiful. Swing coming in, the tank is there, but the kill cannot be found. It's all on EU. Finds one, finds himself a second. Time bought, the push for it, and Mind Freak confirms the kill. Really spotted, but Mind Freak putting down something. Bang, putting down Forsaken. Jing trying to swing out of his COVID cryo.
छोड़ो भाई PUBG होगा क्या रात को?
It's happening again.
Excuse me.
It's like Ascent. It's an 100 Thieves. Kick off this series 13-5.
A dominant start on their map pick.
Austin able to find one. Forsaken dead. Jing swings through, however, and finds them both. Paranoia at the ready set. They're all in, but Forsaken guns down 3. Cash hasn't been built up super well for them.
Genji winning this match. Genji on top.
Boostio still gets the shot. Denies the ace. Something hearing a little bit of noise. The Thrash going to be coming in.
छोटू बहुत हंस रहा है.
Something drifting around the back. Boostio cleared out, and something finds the third. It's everything we wanted and more. Elimination on the line, and map
अब अपना नॉथिंग गेम प्ले दिखाओगे भाई कोई है खेलने वाला मेरे को लिटरली टीएच और इसका मैच देखना नहीं है Congratulations guys, T-Bone has landed Australia.
Coming online. Spotting him out, has a tuck back. They reswing, they line up. Asuna collects them both. As is the buy, but he's able to stabilize, finding one. Bang, brings up two. Jing answering back, has the res.
Izuku, thank you for the sponsor. मैंने सुपर चैट्स मिस करी थी ना मेरे गोटो में ब्रेन होमरेज हो गया अप्रदीप भाई अब मेरा क्या जो लंग्स में किडनी कैंसर हुआ है उसका क्या पात्री को लेके जा ठीक है भाई आईपीएल के कैमरामैन को राइट ने स्पेशली लेके गए थैंक यू फॉर द सुपर चैट्स अप्रदीप एंड लियाम हंटर भाई इसमें कॉन्गो के बाद क्योंकि हमने उसकी बहुत गांड फाड़ी थी मलेशियन एयरलाइंस पे गया था ना वो इसलिए चलो गाइस कांग्रेचुलेशंस सो अब वहां की चैंपियंस क्या चिंपैंजीज की आबादी बढ़ने वाली है ऑस्ट्रेलिया की ये Gen Z आर्यन भाई मेरे बोलने से क्या होगा, उसकी मर्जी करेगा या नहीं। कल से VCS से स्प्लिट 2 स्टार्ट हो रहा है। हाँ क्या? What for real? हैवी वॉच पार्टीज। हाँ क्या, कहाँ पे देखते थे हम? अपकमिंग का है? अपकमिंग इवेंट्स ये रहे, ऑनगोइंग अपकमिंग ये रहा। चैंपियन स्टोर पर ये कौन सा है बेंचूत? अच्छा गेम चेंजर्स है। अबे कहाँ है? VLT की खेलेगी, इसको पता भी नहीं। अरे नहीं पता था भाई। ये रहा। ये क्या था? ये तो पुराना है। स्प्लिट 2 कहाँ है? कल डेट क्या है? जून। वे कहाँ है? दिख ही नहीं रहा भाई। ये कब से स्टार्ट है? चैंपियन स्टोर पैसिफिक स्टेज 2। अपकमिंग में दिख ही नहीं रहा मेरे को। अपकमिंग में देख रहे हो? नहीं है बे। यहाँ पे मैचेस भी नहीं दिखा रहा, देखो। कल से नहीं होगा? कल से है? ऑनगोइंग? अबे ये तो क्या है? ये नहीं है भाई। VLR GG में अपडेट ही नहीं हो रखा। नहीं हो रखा चैट VLR GG में अपडेट। वाह वाह। तो PRX आउट? यस अभी नहीं है। हाँ अपडेट नहीं हुआ। PaperX going home babies। नहीं है।
I believe there is one team that could carry the hopes and dreams and survive for all of EMEA. And Mimi, I am here to try to convince you. Like you said, you're impartial, but I want you to join my side for this. And
you
that
want me to become biased for a team?
Yes.
And what team is that?
That team is Foot.
अरे भटूरा से ले लो आप, ले लो schedule।
Hilal,
लिंक दिया मैंने ऊपर। क्या दिया है?
She will be, you know, no surprises over there. But here's why I think you should be putting all of your chips onto the side of Foot. We're just going to quickly start with a very easy one. Very easy guy. Somebody that we all know.
अरे पर मेरे को कैसे नहीं दिख रहा?
Neddington. Of course, how could you not like this guy? Every single Turkish player,
but they don't have 4 of him, do they?
Or every single Turkish player, in fact, that has
अरे पर मुझे क्यों नहीं दिखा ये?
Spoken about how this man inspired them. This man is the reason that they wanted to go.
देख रहे हो अभी तो आया ही नहीं है ये.
At the beginning of the day, in the beautiful trailer that we saw, where the players on team were saying CNED is right about us not having enough experience. CNED is somebody that we look up to tremendously, and that's because this man was winning world championships when the players on the other side of him weren't even old enough to compete in VCT. And if it's anybody that's going to carry us through this, that's going to give us hope and dreams,
भाई देख रहे हो ये? देख रहे हो?
Bring home a trophy, not just survive. Bring home a trophy. It is Charles Neddington. Let me get through this maybe because I want to.
I mean, I feel like that's irrefutable though. You just stated a fact. You stated his history. That doesn't actually tell me why they would win.
I just told you that if anybody that can just not survive today but go on to win a trophy, it's going to be Charles Neddington. He's been there, done that.
He's not a one-man army though.
Well, he's not. I'm glad you mentioned that because he is
talented
players around him. He's got a lot of vibe merchants around him as well. Take a look
कर जाएगा lineup में.
Of course, in that game against Fnatic, he was hyped, he was on it, he was performing.
थोड़ा इधर मेरी भी आ जाती है अन्ना साथ में
staff. I know everybody likes to cheer for a rookie. I know everybody this year
अनुज भाई की फोटो ही नहीं है as a 6.
Breakout rookie to win it all, and I
अनुज
think
भाई की फोटो नहीं है as 6.
That guy, and also he is the ex-teammate of some of the players on the side of Team Heretics as well, so he knows their weaknesses. He knows how to
कर जाएगा.
and defeat them, and also
ग्रुप स्टेज पे क्लिक करो. कहाँ है ग्रुप स्टेज लिखा हुआ?
So you think just him like yelling his vibes is like that is what's going to carry them through in the lower bracket run?
कहाँ लिखा हुआ है ग्रुप स्टेज?
Doesn't matter where you are in the building, you can hear Yuta J scream.
I mean, we've seen that here. We're 45 minutes from the venue, and I.
ये ग्रुप स्टेज.
Like I said, they already knocked out an EMEA
अगर मैं ओवर मी में क्लिक करूँ
ग्रुप
स्टेज
ये लिखा हुआ है इधर. And last but not least, I have one more thing to try and convince you. And you are the type of person that believes in numbers, in facts,
logic,
things
that don't
June
care about
4th.
your feelings.
Exactly. So this is why I
But
want to.
यहाँ पे दिखाए नहीं बे कल से matches.
Based off numbers and facts. So let's bring up the first one. A little bit of a math thing.
देख रहे हो upcoming नहीं दिखा रखे.
Yes. Okay. I mean that's true.
कल से है भी ये.
5 Turkish players better than 1. What's the second one?
5 is greater than 2.
5 Turkish players already knocked out the 1 on the side of Fnatic of Althea, and today 5 Turkish players will
किसमें है ये? Nordman में है ना?
Than 2, and they will survive.
But it's all about Turkish players. What about all the other? There's a lot of other players who are really good on Heretics.
Napim, Bane.
What did she say?
I don't speak.
Schedule ही नहीं करा इन्होंने कल का.
Is there anything else, Yunsu?
ये Nordman में guys ना?
That was convincing enough.
Okay. I mean, that was a reasonable pitch. I feel like it was a lot of Turkish players are good. This guy shoots well. This guy yells. So I don't know if I'm fully sold. I want to see the other side first.
Well, before we do that, I can't convince you. Mr. Farland is with Mika Fabs right now. Let's see if he can convince you.
Okay.
Pacific नहीं.
I'm here right now with Mr. Fallen. So, Mr. Fallen, you are closer to pushing foot towards the Mercedes-Benz Arena, towards a potential grand final stage, but it's just your EMEA brothers that are standing in your way. How confident is the team going into this match?
Well, I think we're just confident like the other matches too, because we're just similar to them. I don't know. I just want to keep up the good work, keep up the good team play. Yeah, that's all.
Excited for this match. Good luck.
फातिमा जी से परमिशन ले लो. इसकी परमिशन की जरूरत नहीं है.
Mr. Fallen's a pretty easy IGL to have some confidence in.
ऐसे यार क्या चूतिया हूँ
I want to hear why Team Heretics are going to win today.
Do you really feel like you need to hear it? Have you not?
I want to hear it.
हाँ बे नहीं.
Okay.
Schedule नहीं करा अभी.
Why Team Heretics is going to be the team that carries EMEA deeper into the tournament.
Nope.
If we think about not only where the players are from,
Schedule
we do
नहीं
not
करा.
care about that. We care about the individuals, and each and one of the players has its own particular.
All right, Mr. Fallen's a pretty easy.
Starting off with Patatek, the best sub that we have had in the history of Valorant. Honestly, name one better sub than him.
I can't.
CGRS. Exactly.
CGRS is pretty good.
You were so hurt. You know, you
top
cannot
3.
do this. But pound for pound, each and one of these players can deliver in and out of the server. Think about what happened in 2023. How it was not the year for Heretics. Think about a player like
को कॉल करो. क्यों कॉल करूँ भाई? वो लैंड करा है. काम है उसको वहाँ पे.
With Benji that came in for one match, and look at the resurgence
नहीं देख रहा.
seen throughout this year. From that 2023 that nobody wants to think about to this year, almost winning kickoff, making it to Madrid, then back-to-back events, the one team from EMEA that is able to do so, then facing another problem, and then slotting in
alternate
I mean, as a duelist.
That's a pretty compelling pitch. I feel like ready to go to war for this team.
क्या ये?
But I don't know if they're going to win today.
No, wait. I have
alternate realities
Okay, so
क्या नाम है ये?
are extremely compelling. This is a very easy game. I'm going to give you a number, and I'm going to ask from you, what do you think it is? Okay. First number is 68. What do you think that is?
How many kills Benji Fishy had in his last game?
You think so? Actually, 68 are the number of first kills that Wood has so far in the tournament.
That's a lot of first kills.
That is a lot of first kills. Let me give you an even bigger number. Okay.
Keep it going.
Thing is about
तमीज से अनमोल भाई.
I don't know how many delusional people that think Heretic.
अरे announcement नहीं हुई मैच की.
What is this?
हाँ ना? Actually, बता दो guys. Guys मेरे पास schedule आ गया कल का. कल VLT का मैच नहीं है. Sheesh.
Can we roll in the last number? Because
कल बेकार मैचेस है.
3,000.
बच गया. कल वॉच पार्टी नहीं है. बच गया. एक दिन तो रेस्ट मिला.
I couldn't tell you. You gotta tell me.
Today's date, the 3rd of June of 2024.
But ये कौन सी टीम है बे? Alternate realities.
In this tournament.
Mimi, I'm gonna give you
नाम तो very realistic है भाई. Alternate realities.
Send it down to stage. Bring out Team Heretics and Foot Esports, and while they walk onto the stage, Mimi, you're gonna get some. You're gonna be able to get some time to think who you want to root for in this matchup.
Okay.
जेट कैजुअल लग रही है भाई. मैनो देख रहा है ये मैच. चैट टू बी ऑनेस्ट मेरे को मैच नहीं देखना ये. जहाँ देख लेता हूँ मेरे को गुस्सा आ जाता है. मैं रात को आऊँगा. रात को थोड़ा वैलोरेंट पबजी चिल करेंगे. मेरे को ये मैच नहीं देखना टू बी ऑनेस्ट. सॉरी गाइस. चलो थोड़ा लाइक्स वाइक्स कर दो. चिल करो. जाओ रात को ट्विच पे मिलते हैं. हो गया आज का इतना ही था. हार्ट ब्रेक हो गया मेरा आज. बहुत हार्ट ब्रेक हुआ है. जल्दी से जाता हूँ. रो लेता हूँ थोड़ा. आंसू बचा रखे गाइस मैंने. किसी को चाहिए बोतल में दे दूंगा. पी लेना. चलो गाइस चैट को रात को मिलते हैं ट्विच पे. एक्सक्लेमेशन मार्क ट्विच कर देना. लाइक कर देना और चड्डी में हाथ डालो. और या
हाथ बांध छोटे हाथ बांध. सुनो एहतराम से गाने मेरे नाम के मुरीद. तेरे पसंदीदा रैपर मेरे काम के मुरीद. हाथ बांध वरना बोलेगी फिर 9 मिलीमीटर. हाथ बांध छोटे हाथ बांध. आए तेरे शहर तो लगा दे वहाँ 4 चांद. बात मान मेरी बात मान. हला होली नहीं होए देंगे तेरी गांड फाड़. जिन्हें चर्च पिला दी वो सारे हाई के मुरीद. जिन्हें वर्ष दिया वो सारे लिखाई के मुरीद. लेकिन भाई वाले तेरे थोड़े आउट ऑफ द लीग. आउट ऑफ द वे जाते हैं कभी आओ तो कराची. फ्लो सो सिक में जो TY2 टोन बोल. हाइप खाएगा ना मुंह तो खोल. इधर सोल्ड आउट शो बेटा 10,000 लोग. अभी आई एम द शिट. अभी गर्मी नहीं ब्रो. गलत तेरी मालूमात करे तेरा बंदोबस्त. बेंच जाती फटोफट. Pull up and we fuck it up. Pull up and we fuck it up. Karachi mera. मैं आ रहा city shutting down Lahore. Back in Karachi बलोच बनाए जोड़े smoking up in Johor. 3 AM 4 AM कलम तोड़ any fucking day. मेरे भाई वाले बैठे Canada hustle है digits हैं edit up. शहर मेरा जंगल है gang पूरा animals. We can bake मेरे boys करें edibles. Bitch made motherfuckers acting like many men. असल में ये minions. देखिए resilience. बाउंस बैक करें आउंस फ्लैश करें. मान के नहीं लाए अपनी हाइप कैश करें. तुम्हें रॉन्ग वे छोटे हम तो राइट बैट करें. पे अप मदरफकर हम पाइप करें. तेरे नट टाइट करें जैसे उस्ताद. मुझे सीख के सिखाएंगे ये गुस्ताख. नो कीज मैंने वेव किए पुश स्टार्ट. बात सुन हाथ बांध छोटे हाथ बांध. सुनो एहतराम से गाने मेरे नाम के मुरीद. तेरे पसंदीदा रैपर मेरे काम के मुरीद. हाथ बांध पड़े फायर तो सुनाई देगी चीख. हाथ बांध छोटे हाथ बांध. आए तेरे शहर तो लगा दे वहाँ 4 चांद. बात मान मेरी बात मान. हड़ाउड़ी नहीं होए देंगे तेरी गांड फाड़. खारदार निपट लेते तुझे बारों बार. गुनाहगार सदा करो बार. खून खार तो तुम बनो मत उछलते औरों के लनों पर. बड़े क्या घरों में तुम्हारे बोलो ना भड़वो. अब रुको मत सजे और खपे. हिप हॉप पे खपे. इनको बोरी में भर के हम डब्बों में रखते हैं. चीनी मुर्गी के अंडे हैं, जो करे गांडू फेस पेंट मलते हैं। दौलत है, शौहरत है, इज्जत है, चूतिया लेसर नॉन सिर्फ मुझसे जलते हैं। पब्लिक को खबर है चूतिया बनती नहीं, इनकी चूतिया पंती चलती नहीं। इनके करियर दिखाए तफसील से मैंने, मुझे भी जल्दी नहीं। हाथ बांध छोटे हाथ बांध, सुनो एहतराम से गाने मेरे नाम के मुरीद, तेरे पसंदीदा रैपर मेरे काम के मुरीद। हाथ बांध वरना बोलेगी फिर 9 मिलीमीटर। हाथ बांध छोटे हाथ बांध, आए तेरे शहर तो लगा दे वहाँ 4 चांद। बात मान मेरी बात मान, हड़ाहुड़ी नहीं होए देंगे तेरी